Warning. The opinions, beliefs, and viewpoints expressed by the various guests and forum participants on this show do not necessarily reflect the opinions, beliefs, and viewpoints of PullgetterTV. Viewer discretion is advised. All right. Welcome, everybody, to a special Friday edition and the last show of PullgetterTV of 2019.
Happy New Year.
Very special show. There's this new show on Amazon Prime right now called Funny Money. And it's brought to you by these guys. All right.
Yes.
So let's start off with some introductions. You go first.
I guess I'll go first. Okay.
You're the
James
main man,
Randall.
right?
I'm the director and editor, basically. And to my right is Dr. Jones. Take it away.
Casey Jones. I play Paco, writer on the show, actor on the show. To my right.
Jake. I help do audio, operate some cameras, co-writer as well, and I'm on the show also.
As?
Oh, Big Lou Ferrigno. Don't sue us or kill me. If you can understand what I'm saying.
And canceled. Okay. Other side of the table.
It's like Amazon's on the phone.
They just I gotta take this guy.
Assistance, whatever extra hands can do, that's what I'm doing. And I help out on the makeup team, which is spearheaded by...
I'm Robin. I'm the executive special effects makeup artist. And I also do all the extra stuff that, is needed of me.
And by the way, these guys are super fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Super,
Yeah,
super.
and they
help out
drove
a
a
ton.
long way to be here today. So
Right,
we really
thank you for
appreciate
coming
that.
out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
problem,
yeah,
guys.
no, we love it. We love it. It's a good chance to get away. Meeting these guys has been a real experience. It's been pretty awesome, honestly. Getting to dive straight in. This is Robin's dream. So
Yeah.
these guys were definitely the best possible pick for the run at it.
Can I ask where you guys are coming from?
We're coming from a little town called Queen City, which, if you haven't heard of that, is about 30 minutes south of Texarkana.
Oh, wow. Along the Arkansas border or whatever?
Yeah, right along it.
Tri-state area.
My job, I can walk out of my job and be in Arkansas over the state line in about 15 minutes.
How would
You
you
can
want
hear
to
the
do that?
banjos. pretty
Yeah,
much.
that's good.
Running from crimes.
We hear banjos and we smell crawfish. It's kind of a weird place to be, honestly.
I'm actually a little jealous.
So way out there, how'd you get involved up here with this project?
We actually have a mutual friend that tagged me in the status that was, hey, we're looking for a makeup artist, and he'd known I had been working on looking for different work, and shout out to John Flanagan, and he tagged me in the status, and I messaged him and pretty much bombarded him with 47 messages like, hey, hi, look at me, I'm Donkey, like, look at me, here's my portfolio, pick me. And he set us up for kind of an impromptu shoot / audition.
Yeah.
And pretty much we came, and I sweat a lot, and we just made it happen, and it just happened to work out perfect. It just worked out so perfect.
Yeah, they were involved with most of the hot shoots for everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
It's
lot
still
of-
not the worst we've ever done.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I
Cool.
sweat a lot because I was nervous. That
Oh,
was
really?
nerves. Yeah,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
like, oh my gosh, I'm about to be in a group full of people who've done this for a long time. And
It's good when you do
I'm
that,
nervous.
though, because you can just kind of,
Long time.
here, I messed up right
Oh,
here.
for sure, yeah.
Well, that's
Mom's
why when you
spit.
see
Yeah,
all of her
better
sweat
than mom's
effects, they
spit.
look so
It's
real
makeup
because they're
artist
real
spit.
sweat.
yeah,
Yeah.
And let's not forget the day.
Oh, man,
Rest in
he
peace
got
of-
sprayed in the eye over and over and over again for us to make him so sweaty.
That was amazing.
The best part about that is that's my boss.
Oh, that's...
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, my
Oh, wow,
boss
he was
actually
a great
plays a
sport
character
about
on the
that.
show,
He
Jack
was a great
Hernandez.
sport.
Yep.
Yeah, he plays Jack Criticos,
Yes.
the club reviewer and critic, basically.
Yes.
And he wanted to be in the show, and so I wrote a part for him because I had an open slot. Because unfortunately, my boy Wolf from Within Chaos,
What's up, Wolf?
his band booked a show right when we were supposed to shoot the pilot, and the pilot heavily involved him, and so I had to write him out, and this guy ended up taking his spot basically.
Ah,
Oh, wow.
And so so Wolf hasn't got to be in the first half of the season because he missed that critical shoot.
Well, he shows up as a cameo, but
Yeah, we kinda-
but
we
he's
slipped
going
him
to be
in here
pretty
and there,
prominent
but-
in the latter half of this
Yeah, the
season.
back 3 episodes that are
Yeah.
coming up are going to feature Wolf a lot more. But to get to Jack, basically, my boss is like, dude, I want to be in it. Like, let's do this. It's like, all right, well, I'm basically gonna have you drugged out for an episode. Is that cool?
Like, is that cool?
No, and he was like, yeah, no big deal. What do I gotta do? And I was like, well, wear your nicest clothes and let us fuck him up and let us do your face up. And so he's supposed to be sweating and he's freaking out.
You did a
and
pretty
she
good
comes
job.
over with this
Spray
bottle of whatever it was.
It was glycerin
And
and
she's
water.
just, I mean, talk about merciless, like some porn star that's just been paid and signed 10 contracts. She's like,
Yeah,
Wow.
I just walked into that, you know, because usually we have to stand outside where they do the sound and everything like that. He's like, all right, everyone can come in, just stay on this side. We go in there, he's like, make up. She comes, just like, so I was like, holy shit, man.
oh,
Like,
man.
He took
Yeah.
lots of
Like Sasha
goers
Grey.
for the eye.
Whatever.
Like, he's like,
Sprays
hey,
the
I've got
eyes.
some in my eye, and we have to keep tissues like
Yeah, we
right
kept
there.
having to wipe his eyes out, and
Yeah.
then, you know, it was
And I was like, lean your head back, Here, turn your head this way.
He was
I
telling
kept
me at work
apologizing. I was like, I'm so
he
sorry.
came to work the next day, and he's like, dude, I still can't see.
Oh wow.
I miss that shit.
So sorry, Jack. So sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like that'd be kind of a risky move. You guys got to set up boundaries, I would think, before you start. Like, hey, man, whatever happens on this shoot, don't
Stays
take
in
it out
the
on
do.
me.
Yeah, stays in the
You
show.
can't fire me.
We
It's
do.
I'm the boss
Yeah.
here. Got it.
Yeah, we've had a couple of real slaps and people get in the head with things.
Spit takes.
Spit takes.
Some
So,
really
Yeah.
great spit takes.
I take the most of the abuse because I just don't want to get sued. So anytime a character needs to get beat up or thrown or something, it's always me.
Yeah,
Or if they
I
gotta get
was
slapped,
watching.
it's always me, you know.
We do our own stunts.
Yeah, but you know, the thing is it's really I don't want to ask actors to do anything that
You wouldn't.
I wouldn't personally do,
Mm-hmm.
and I still wouldn't ask them to do certain things. So it's always a matter of, hey, I think the scene would be funny if we do this, but if you're uncomfortable with it, then we'll do this.
Chris
So
likes
you
to
always
take
have
a
to have a
hit.
back.
Yeah.
Chris likes to take a hit. I've hit Chris a couple of times. I haven't been hit yet, but Chris.
Brandon's
Wow.
pretty good at taking a hit too.
Oh,
I've seen him get tackled a couple times.
We've worked with Brandon for
Different
years on
project.
him
Yeah.
getting beaten the
Like,
shit out of himself.
Oh no! And I've seen him get tackled.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
John
yeah,
did
he got
Yeah,
he got
like straight
speared
to the ground.
first
one of our
episode.
actors,
Just for the
John
background.
Vaughn, is actually he's trying to get semi-pro football. He's a football player.
Oh, right.
And so when he hits him in episode 1, like he really spears him, like a football
That-
player.
oh,
and,
that
And
just
it's just a background
and he
shot.
just
Like it's
folds him up in the background.
Yeah,
It's
because
hilarious.
it just happened. That scene happened spur of the moment because they were filming another scene with our friend Patrick and Cody, I believe, Serge and Vin. And meanwhile, they're trying to make noise in the background, and that's when he first got speared. And we got done. We're like, "Oh, holy shit! Y'all got to do that again." We
Right.
finally got video of it.
yeah.
But yeah.
So it's kind of part
Yes.
of working with the today's casts and video and stuff. You kind of expect that. I mean, even just recently, I watched something Quentin Tarantino requires. Like, if you're going to be on my cast, you need to know you're going to get your ass kicked.
You know you're gonna get your toes sucked.
There's a chick.
Yeah,
I whispered it. I
There's a
whispered
chick
it.
that
I hate
gets
you
choked
guys
on
so
one of his
much.
movies that it's Quentin himself because he didn't want anybody else to do it because if anybody's going to get sued,
Yeah.
it's him, like you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
But he goes in and he actually chokes the chick and he's like, I'm sorry, but I'm going to turn you blue. And like
Damn.
this is part of the way.
Oh,
it
that
was.
must have been the Hateful Eight.
It may
Well-
have been. I don't remember which
Well,
movie
Uma
it was.
Thurman-
I mean, the
went through a lot,
difference. The
too.
difference. There's a difference between Quentin Tarantino saying that and me saying that.
No, I get that.
You know what I mean? Like,
I
Quentin
totally
Tarantino
get that,
goes,
but
Yeah.
Quentin
"Hey,
Tarantino's like,
you're getting a $4 million check, Brad Pitt, so I'm taking 2 fingers this way and 2 fingers this way, and you're not going to do anything. Whereas if I say that, I'm going to jail in like 10 minutes.
What I'm saying is you are up to date with the modern way of filming.
Yes.
That's what
Yes.
I'm trying to say.
I think that being an actor, getting to do your own stunts, getting to do like within the confines of what you're comfortable with, I think that a lot of the joy, because you hear a lot of actors, like professional actors, are like, I thought acting was going to be a lot different, and I think that bringing stunts and extra show biz back into the biz is really important for actors because you see a lot of fall off in acting.
Well, you
because
want
it's
them
not
to
like,
push
oh,
themselves for sure.
Yeah.
You want them to challenge themselves.
Like,
but
don't
you
get
have to
hurt,
be aware
but-
of the current climate that we're in, so.
See, this is like we have legit actors on our show, and I'm just, hey, we need you for the scene, and then I'm in the season, and I have had no acting experience, none
I liked
at
your
fucking
acting.
all.
You came in looking meaner than shit. And I was
Yeah.
like, the only time I've ever seen
But
Jake
it-
look mean.
Well, there was that one show where we opened for Devil Driver.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
was like a mean
but
mug,
that's how
if I've ever
that's
seen
how I
it.
think it.
Exactly
But
like
not
a
being
dick.
an actor, I'm like, okay, just pretend you're playing metal on stage and sell it to the crowd, and that's
Yeah,
it.
put your mean metal face on.
I personally don't like working with, like, actors.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't. I've met plenty.
I can only be
you know-
lit from over here.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
elevate,
man.
We haven't had that yet. But it's been close.
It gets so bad. I worked with one guy once where, he would show up on set and he wouldn't know his lines because, his method was I do better when I don't study the lines. And I can agree with that because I don't learn my lines either. Like straight facts. I only learn my lines on set. I do not keep them in my
Aside
head.
from that,
Otherwise,
well,
I
you
gotta read
write
them with
them.
them. But I also learned them like that. You know what I mean? But this guy was that way, and then he'd sit and he'd have to have this complete silent area to like study his lines or get in character or whatever. And the rest of us are just bullshitting and cracking jokes, and we're waiting on, you know, Fancy Pants over there to get his shit together so we can come and do this damn scene. And people forget that, you know, when we do these shoots, if I'm renting this place, like I'm renting this place.
Yeah, clock's ticking.
Yeah, clock is ticking. The
This shit
second
ain't
we
cheap.
get there, man, and you know, this bar is shut down for us to shoot. We have 2 hours to get this shot, and I have all these shots planned, and every person that shows up unprepared or isn't really, you know, or is kind of having that diva mentality or asks me a million, like it's such a pet peeve of mine, a million questions about, well, why would my character wear a red hat?
Yeah.
Well, I don't give a fuck
Oh,
because I only have
damn.
this bar now for 1 hour and 55 minutes, and we got to move. So come up with whatever reason you want that they wear a red hat. I don't care. We got to do this. You know.
Ad-lib your red hat. No one cares.
We don't even need the red hat.
Hell, take it off. You know.
Right.
If you take it off, keep it off.
We're solving problems here. That's all. But there are some really great actors out there. In fact, I tell all other directors, if anybody's tuning in that wanted to direct film, or because I get these questions in my inbox all the time, man. I mean, this seems like the simplest thing to me, but some people wouldn't think of it. Go to your local colleges. Like, attend plays. You'll find 30 different actors there. They're just dying to be in anything.
As a theater kid, I can't confirm.
Or just call me, Casey Jones.
Or call Casey Jones.
You can even
That-
get on a Craigslist. There's a bunch of acting
I'm
on
Craigslist, too.
improv groups.
That's scary.
Yeah,
Email
that's,
Casey on Craigslist.
Improv groups, maybe.
that's how you get
Oh, Rob groups?
what's his name?
In Rob.
Oh, okay.
Never mind.
Yeah. So there you
None.
go.
Oh, that's how you,
But
that's how
to
you
the
get
point-
Weinstein. But
To the point, most of our actors are what I would consider regular people.
regular
quote, unquote.
people,
Because none of these, dude, nobody doing this is normal.
not
you know?
not present company, maybe
However,
all, but present
you'd be
company.
surprised. You'd be
Okay.
surprised how, especially with comedy, I think this show has really shown that anybody off the streets who really wants to do it can do it if they're willing to put in the time to learn the lines and kind of take an attitude to it. I mean, you can make anybody a funny character. I mean, Aaron walks around every day just being a funny character. I can pull him off the streets
with his pants on.
you know,
Amazingly,
and,
yes.
and throw him in a scene, and no one would bat an eye. I guarantee you. You know, but for me,
Anytime.
it's the most gratifying to like click on your TV, and we're right there on Amazon Prime next to like everything else that's
Right.
fun. Like we're next to fucking like The Office, for example.
Yeah, I
you
saw
know,
this
like,
next to Blues Brothers. It's like, oh, fucking cool.
Yeah, it's different for sure.
Some stoner kids in there, he's like, what the fuck is funny, man?
Yeah, right. He just got done watching Half Baked with Dave
Yeah.
Chappelle.
Yeah. So congratulations on the Amazon score,
Thank you.
man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
that's
And right
freaking
now, it's free on if you have Prime. If you're a Prime
It's
member,
free if you're a Prime member, and I believe it's 99 cents an episode
for
rent.
standard definition and $1.99 for
For a high
HD.
def, right? And we actually have it in 4K because we're hoping to move on to other or include other streaming. I shouldn't say move on.
No.
I'm getting fired from Amazon left and right every time I say something.
We'll just bleep all that shit.
Yeah.
out.
Bleep
We
all
love the boys.
This is
It's
live.
okay.
I do love the
Amazon.
voice.
Okay, so bleep. I'll start doing it live.
Should I start
Bleep.
bleeping
Every
when
time
I'm
it says
talking
Amazon,
nonsense?
yeah.
But yeah, so you can rent it, you can buy it, etc., etc. I actually, on my flash drive, I brought, if you guys haven't seen it, I brought the first 3 episodes for you if you have enough storage space.
Oh,
Because those-
we had Prime. I was watching it.
Oh, okay,
gonna
cool,
say,
cool.
we-
I was gonna say,
Damn
you don't
near
have to watch it.
everybody
man.
does.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. Though. I
Dude,
appreciate
I don't
it.
even have fucking Prime. I've only seen like 3 of these episodes. Like he showed them to me.
Oh,
That's how I
really?
knew
Yeah,
little
I'm like,
Jakey
I'm
Poo
broke.
walked in all angry.
I don't even have Amazon Prime. Everyone's like rolling up on me. Like,
See,
we watched the show, and I was like, cool. I have not.
He's not seen it. He can't afford it, and that's why we cast Casey. Is like it's that realism, you know.
Yeah.
Like, he's really in character. Like he won't even watch our show because he can't afford to watch our show, but he's in it.
Even though Amazon's moved to a monthly fee.
Has it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
When that
I
happened?
didn't know.
I don't
that.
know, but it's
I know
that's
we
a thing.
missed our monthly fee
I have
this
to make a
month.
call back.
And they will double charge you left and freaking right if you don't have the money on your card when they charge you, because it's like kind of what in between a couple days.
So,
That
I
they'll
mean,
charge you for your account.
We're just gonna release 3 like at once and
And if-
charge people like 3 times the
Yeah,
amount.
if you don't
like,
have
bam!
it, they charge you,
Funny
then they
money.
charge you a fee because you don't have it, then they charge you again.
I have only seen.
it's okay, Bezos. We're cool with it.
Well, I personally pay like I think $60 a year for it. So,
Oh, really? That's it? I thought it was 120.
I thought so too,
What?
man. What deal you got?
I
How
don't
much
know.
money are you making where you don't check your
I was gonna say mine's like $13 a month.
They just take it out of your residuals and your
Yeah.
royalties, right?
Nah. That's right. Y'all are acting to fund my Amazon Prime.
That's right.
So I can
Honestly,
get toothbrushes delivered to me
I
by
would not
Tuesday.
be
You know,
surprised.
I think at that point
Air
Get your
fryers and
priorities
peanut butter
straight.
we just
makers.
owe money at that
Yeah.
point. You know, what's your residual? I was like, I owe him like
I
fucking
it's
70
like
I
being
will go
in-
down in history as the only director
Yeah.
that did it for the Prime.
It's like being in a band all over again. It's like fuck.
It really is actually. I think Aaron can really relate to this. Like
there is
how
some
much doing
similarities.
this is like being in a band.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, when you go to being in a band is one of the most challenging things that I ever did, and this is way more challenging. But I only know that because I was in a band for like 15 years. You out there in the audience, try your damnedest to get 4 people you know to come together that you can agree with personally and musically and business wise. You'll get 1. You get 2. You may not ever get 3.
And on the same
And
schedule.
you can't succeed that way.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
scheduling is
Schedule,
the,
yeah.
Now,
the
now.
foundation.
Well, by
right?
the way, when the fuck do we all become so busy? Now I know I'm almost 40, but my God, like I gotta call my friend like 8 days in advance now to do lunch.
2 months, like,
And I'm like,
hey,
what plans do you have all day?
Hey,
get
I know. I
coffee in 2
just
months?
planned
Yeah,
New Year's
like,
Eve
what?
Man,
yesterday.
look, on the real,
Y'all used to show up at my house on
I would
bikes.
say, I show up still. I'm like Ringo Starr. I'm just happy to be there. You know? He was like, he's early. He's like, what happened? I'm like,
That is true.
Casey keeps talking about the fucking octopuses.
I'll be calling CJ to go to lunch, and then Casey's already on my doorstep somehow.
Like,
It's
hey,
Right
how's
on.
the
Hey,
eating
man.
lunch?
That's a
Dude,
huge asset.
I
Right?
show up to fucking scenes I'm not even in.
Hey,
I'm serious, dude. Like
have-
that yoga scene, I wasn't even supposed to be in that scene.
I'd probably show up to a yoga
I just
scene,
showed up,
depending
man,
on
and
who's
I was
doing
like-
yoga.
But that's something I
If it's
encourage
Jake, I'm
because
out.
we have so many characters on this
probably
show that when you're working with a tiny budget, then you have to make it look as big and as expensive as you can.
yeah, it
and that means
forces
having
more creativity.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you have to think really outside the
And
box.
even just having an extra actor there on set, like we do a lot. We have a script that's just that's our basic idea of what's going to happen. But when we get on set, we change it, and everybody
Yeah.
adds.
I put
to
it to
that.
you like this: this last shoot that we saw, I had like 3, maybe 4 lines, and I turned it into an entire
dialogue.
completely.
Yeah,
That-
Isn't that kind of egotistical, man?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's Casey
This is my
Jones.
scene. This is my show now.
Actors.
I'm not.
No, don't you cut that camera yet. I ain't done.
it fleshed out the scene better, and that was a really good shoot too. Because I did great because I had no lines.
Well, yeah, and they were very egotistical. I looked at it, I was like 4 lines. This isn't happening.
No, this ain't working.
No,
Oh, this is
no,
not good
no,
for the Casey.
No,
Well, to be fair, like, we did an hour pilot, and then everything else is 35 minutes. So,
Right.
so once you get through that hour pilot and you know all the characters, now we're just like go mode. Like it's just nothing but jokes and what the fuck are these people doing now and all that good stuff. So
Yeah.
now that means the scenes are shorter. So when they get their scripts, they're like, "I have 4 fucking lines."
Oh, it's so nice.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, well, there's like 20 lines in the script, because we're only doing a 30-minute episode or whatever.
I'm
Obviously,
upstaging everybody.
exaggerating,
I don't
but-
give a damn, man. If we're gonna go down in time, that means I need to get more lines, regardless. These guys are gonna step up, like to me to step up.
That's right. He's our Antonio
Going for the
Brown.
Emmy.
I swear to God, I will. I'll take over your scene. And I did. We actually had a yoga instructor that was supposed to be the yoga instructor, and I kind of stepped in and I was like, well, what if we did this? Because our yoga instructor had that, Madison. She had
Molly.
That, Molly, she had that goatee. And I was like, well, I don't really understand. He's like, well, it's supposed to be funny. I was like, well, what if I was a yoga
really
instructor?
was.
Because I got a, oh, it was, but I was like, because I actually have a goatee. And like she took over for me, and it kind of just went that way. We wrote some lines, and it was awesome.
Oh yeah, he was like full blown R. Lee Emery, like as a yoga instructor. It's like you fucking called that, what?
But I will
Rising
say
Dog
we
or some
can't,
shit.
we cannot get too deep into this because this is back half of the season stuff.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
shit,
yeah.
man.
I have not given anybody permission to talk about the back half of the season.
Well,
Like,
we're
I'll be
fine.
handling all that.
Well, we'll just say this: it's awesome.
I mean, you had 4 lines last time.
Super
Prepare for
awesome.
2 next time.
By multiplication, that's just going to add up to that much more.
Luckily, I'm
Like,
done.
take it down to 1.
15
It's going to be
more.
fucking 50. You know, like you might as well give me like 8 lines. It'll
You're
probably
just-
be 9.
You're just moving the next script's lines to right now.
Yep.
That's all. That's all. Just
Now
trying to get
you're
all my
an
lines
18
done.
Shuffling your assets.
All right, we'll have to be careful about future episodes.
2 lines is fine as long as you're in 18 scenes, right? So, but let's go back to the beginning to the whole concept of Funny Money. You've done video like movies, right?
Yes.
Before, so you were like, I need to do a TV show.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna get this on Amazon.
How far do we want to go back?
man, the actual beginning of the show goes back
dude.
5 or 6 years,
Okay.
and basically,
Dude,
I had
even more.
I had
Really? It's
No,
like
has it
7.
been 7 now?
Yes, man. That was like 2014, 15.
Good Lord.
That was
That'd
a
be
while
5
back,
years.
man.
The
That was,
years fly by after a while.
we were still on Galaxy. Look, I'll fucking age it. We were on Galaxy Note 3s.
Oh my God, I was an
Oh,
electrician.
that's how you.
That's
age stuff
how
for sure.
old our show is. We were on Galaxy Note 3s.
And I was an electrician. I remember that now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so this
I was
actually,
doing stand-up comedy at the time.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and he was like, "Well, we need writers for it or whatever." So like, he knew a buddy of mine, and just hooked us up at what the hell, the radio
I can't
show?
remember who that was.
Neil.
Oh, it was Neil. Is
We
he
were
still in
doing
Colorado?
O'Reilly's.
He's still in Colorado.
Pull Out and Run Radio.
That's right. We were doing our
sections
podcast.
before
Yeah,
Way
man.
back in
And
the
that was the beginning of Funny Money. Was at that radio show that he was doing and stuff like that, and he just had the idea to do it from what it was. And
Well, I had decided to open my own business. I was an electrician, and I was really tired of working for other people, and I wanted to do something where I work for myself.
Cool.
And so essentially, me and a friend of mine went in, and we were going to open this big studio, which we did in Garland. We had a giant, I mean, we're talking like, I think I had 2,100 square feet or something like
that's
that.
pretty big.
Wow.
It was a massive studio that we went in on. And this guy, we signed a lease together and such, et cetera, except he didn't sign it. So ended up just me on the lease. And we were supposed to do wedding videography, and I was going to DJ weddings, which, I'm a DJ on the side. So, by the way, yes, it doesn't take any talent to DJ.
That is correct.
I'm just saying. If you're a musician, dude, you can pick it up like playing the bass.
whoa, buddy.
I know. I play bass too. How ironic is that? But anyway, so I opened this place
asshole.
with this guy, and I'm drawing in clients, and the clients come and meeting with us, and we do a wedding or two, and he looks at me and he's like, "Dude, I can't deal with these bridezillas." And I was like, "You knew what we were getting into, man. Like, what the fuck? Now you've decided you can't do this." And so he bails out on the studio, and so now I'm stuck with it was $1,600 a month in rent.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
It was a good sized
which we were
studio.
splitting, but suddenly fell all on me. So now I'm down to where I'm like eating ramen and shit every day so I can make the rent. And I was like, well, I'm going to do something with this studio. And I was like, man, I've always wanted to learn how to edit video and all that good stuff because I want my band to be able to do music videos and I want to be able to make them. So I convinced the drummer in my band to fund a second camera from Best Buy, and we're talking like $200 camcorders, like
Oh,
we
damn.
bought, like,
These
two
were
of them,
little
right?
bits.
Yeah, little
Yeah.
tiny things.
It says HD, but it's not real
Oh, you
HD.
know, right?
Again, the age us.
Like
They're using fucking
520p or
cameras.
something.
That's like MySpace when they were using digital cameras still. Remember when people walked around with
Yeah.
fucking digital cameras?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Canon shots. And all
Yeah.
that.
Oh, that was
What we-
MySpace days,
like
bro.
what we bought,
Take me
people would
back to
turn their
high
nose
school,
up
man.
to try and use as a security camera for their house. Like that's
Oh,
that's
wow.
what we bought. And we literally, I wrote 6 episodes or something like that for season 1, and we were going to do it for my YouTube channel. And this is back before YouTube started screwing people. By the way, don't bother with YouTube because they screw people.
Yeah.
And so, like, I don't even use my YouTube channel anymore
Word.
at all.
That's true, yeah.
But
Sorry, YouTube.
It's a shit show on YouTube.
right now, just FYI.
Hopefully
Freedom
the
of
algorithm
speech.
doesn't
Wait,
flag
wait,
us.
you know what? Wait, when YouTube calls him, we'll answer his phone, and when Amazon calls me, we'll answer my phone. We'll put them together. They can have it.
Yeah, let them fight it out.
There we go.
You know, but,
Finish him.
Oh, please. They're just owned by General Electric.
So this this back area of the studio was this giant, like, kind of warehousey area with docking bay, and so I called the drummer of my band. I was like, "Yo," or the old drummer of my band. He's a carpenter. And I was like, "Yo, come in and build me some stages." Because I had just started DJing on the side at a strip club.
Fuck you, Gaga, dude.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm going to build this into a strip club, and we're going to do a TV show.
Awesome.
And I had no idea what I was doing. We had no idea what we were doing.
No.
We had no idea these cameras
We
worked.
spent a Christmas Eve like.
Can I talk
peeing
about how
that
drunk
bitch.
we were?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is that
Oh,
all right?
man.
Well,
Can I talk about how drunk?
Christmas Eve?
no,
So you just
Casey,
had an
we can't.
anniversary
Look,
of this
look,
whole event.
We were so
Huh?
goddamn drunk.
Like
Like,
the anniversary of your painting.
one of the things I always like mentioned to him, I was like, call me if you need anything. And he was like, you always say that. He's like, I'm gonna fucking call you. And he fucking did one night. It was like fucking in like Wednesday, 3 o'clock in the morning. He was like, yeah, I needed to come to the set. And I was like, all right, no problem. Came to the set. Dude, he had the biggest ladder I've ever seen. I was like, it was like fucking, he was like,
We pulled the whole ceiling out.
yeah.
he's like, I need you to hold the ladder. I was like, what were you doing before I showed up? You know? He was like,
Deciding if I need somebody to hold the
he's
ladder.
looking at me. He's like, the bottle's down there. Just take a couple of shots. And I was like, holy. I was like, all right, cool. We got fucking drunk and we were just like doing stuff that people shouldn't have done.
Because
Like,
we were in our
Drunk and on
late
ladder.
20s.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm a
the
trained
biggest
professional.
ladder I've ever seen.
I'm a
Biggest
trained
ladder.
professional, and that includes drinking.
He's like,
Anybody
we
that's
gotta
been in a
return
band
this
can
ladder.
handle this.
I was like, all right.
Yeah, it wasn't my lighter. So.
Yeah, it wasn't. He was like, we got to return this ladder.
But we ripped it all out, and we ended up shooting, our 6 episodes with just friends, and we cut it, threw it on YouTube, and people thought it was really funny. So we went ahead and did a second and a third season. And in the third season is when I actually bought like pro cameras, which I still have to this day. These 2 cameras. I
Canon
should probably sell them.
XA20s, yeah.
But we shot our first movie with those, and that movie ended up on Amazon Prime and paved the way for us to do everything we're doing now.
I don't know how that movie made on
And so when Amazon
come on, it was
took
fun.
the
Times were different.
when Amazon took the
well,
first film,
I'm saying because nobody knew us.
I had already shot the second, and I was like, man, I want to put something else out first before we put the second out because I had plans for it, et cetera, et cetera. Y'all find out all about all this in the next couple months. And I was like, man, we should resurrect Funny Money, but we should redo it in a better way. And then I got this beautiful, $1 billion club to let us shoot there. And cast my friends, wrote 3 episodes. We banged them out, and
Giggity.
yeah.
And by the way, that first Funny Money we saw with Gaga building the set was that cliche YouTube fucking...
Oh, yeah, it's terrible.
Oh, man.
I still have it. Like, it's terrible.
But it's not on YouTube
watched it.
anymore.
You can.
No, no,
You're
no.
only gonna get that on the fucking special features DVD
Hey, yeah,
Criteria
why not?
collection. You know,
I
like
do that sometime.
yeah.
The gold edition.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the commentary on it. And it's like, and that was the day fucking Gaga fucking stapled his thumb. You know, like you can see the blood if you go.
Oh,
on
never
YouTube.
do that. You
Yeah,
gotta wear
no,
leather
no.
gloves.
Which, for those who don't know, we
We
actually...
love you, Tony.
Oh, he's the best, man. He's a fucking guy. He's still there. He's still here.
He's still here. I
with
know.
us.
Me and Tony have been friends a long
Still
time.
fucking, dude, this guy's mailbox is a house. His
Yeah.
fucking mailbox,
He's
dude.
he's like Bob the Builder.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
or
dude.
Al from Tool Time.
Like if he walked in here
You
and
know,
saw
like-
this, he would
He'd be like, man, you're doing
kindly
that.
remove all our bottles,
You're
and
doing
you would
that
have like
all
a
wrong,
fucking
man.
pedestal. Like somehow it would be like sanded and stained by the end of the show, and
Yeah.
like just coated and shit.
But
You'd
he'd be
be
like,
Like, we're gonna take a break for a minute.
Shellac
Gaga
it.
comes in
Gaga
here and like
comes in,
fucking
like-
redoes everything,
Yeah.
dude. And you're like,
literally, he's that guy like unzips his coat for dinner, and there's a tool belt there.
it's like, how does it even sound better, dude? You're not a fucking sound. No, that's Gaga, man. He's a fucking drummer.
He's great. I love all the guys that play the fake band, and they're all actual musicians. And so nobody knows this yet. So Pull Getter exclusive. On the back half of the season, there's a band in the show called Rough Sex, and my character gets replaced in the first half of the season with a new singer because my character is being your regular fat loser asshole.
Spoilers, bro.
Who's ruining, blah blah blah. That's just what happens in the first season, man.
Chaz with an O, right?
Synapses.
Yeah.
Not spoilers.
So the guys actually got together, and Tristan and them wrote a song, and we're actually recording the song,
Awesome.
and we're gonna do a fake music video for the fake band, and the song is so fucking good, dude.
I love this kind of content.
Like when I heard it, I had to stop and take my headphones. I was like, because he was like, "What do you want this to sound like?" And I was like, "Man, y'all are kind of like this super famous, cock rocky band, like a Steel Panther type, right? But also like Pantera type." And he was like, "Oh man, I got you," and I could not fucking believe it.
Dude, I love how
He
everybody
wrote
kind of
such
looks
a powerful ballad. Like it's
We're going to be up there with The Witcher right now when it comes to original songs.
toss a coin to your Witcher, bro.
Oh, God.
That's a banger.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I really do.
I've
love
asked every DJ I know to remix that hoe. Like,
I
we're
swear to
waiting.
God, they do that in the Wolven Storm. I'm dropping 40 at your club, dude.
Y'all,
Boom, boom, back
the
to back.
new Death Clock. You know what I mean?
God, that'd be amazing. I love that show.
Yeah, man.
we should all show up and play the song over the loudspeaker and just
Yeah, just
Just
a funny
fucking
money
jam
night
it,
at the
yeah.
men's club.
I'll do it. I'll play it. I don't care.
heck yeah.
And it was just released to Amazon in November, right?
October.
October.
October,
Just
yeah.
came out. It's fresh. And
Yeah,
you
And
guys
have you
very
guys as a
fresh.
special feature at Vulgar Fest. Just have you come out and play the one song. Have
Oh,
you-
that'd be
you know what I
amazing.
mean?
One
I'd
special
love that. It's hilarious.
Well, it was really cool though that we got released at that time too because it was 3 episodes, right?
Yes, it's a 6-episode season, and we released the first half of the season, and we're shooting the back half, but we're about wrapped for the back half. We got one more month of shooting. We're already editing on episode 4 and 5 to make sure they get out. We want to get them out. I'm aiming for April, but don't hold me to that.
When we got released for those 3 episodes, it was like just serendipitous that the zombie episode came out.
No, it's planning.
Yes, that was playing.
It was by design. That zombie episode came out right at Halloween.
I was pretty hyped about
Oh,
that because
nice.
I love
Dude,
Halloween.
and these
anyway,
guys
so
are the
that's-
ones that
that's
made
big
that
fun.
zombie episode happen. Like super
Yeah.
fucking like.
By the way, that was one of the longest shoots we've ever done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
was-
hottest,
Actually, no, that
hottest
was-
and worst.
That was the longest shoot we have ever done, and that's for any of our projects.
That's
and right
true.
now, we have one film completely out. Project Galaxy is also on Amazon Prime. It's Just Us is about complete. We're looking at Studio Movie Girl for release, and it'll be Prime and possibly another service, but I can't say yet. And then we're shooting the third film right now, a talent process, and we're doing Funny Money on the side as well.
Right on.
And so when we came to do the Funny Money shoot, the current record was, I believe, 11 hours for a Project Galaxy shoot we did. And I don't count the first one. The first Project Galaxy shoot we did was technically 24 hours because we flew to Colorado.
Oh.
So we were up at 3 a.m.
And I wasn't
at the
there for
airport at
that, so
4
it doesn't
a.m.
count.
You know, we're in the mountains by 11
it.
a.m. We're shooting all day. We went to a bar where I bought the whole bar tab for everybody. Not weed.
I'm just kidding.
You buy that at a bar.
I'm just kidding. It's Colorado.
And, yeah, like we
Nobody
shot.
there
We didn't go to bed
smokes.
till like midnight that night, so it was a good
We just
run
go
there.
for the
But
skiing.
Yeah.
but in this case with
With
the
the
zombie
Aspen.
stuff, that was a 16-hour shoot,
Wow.
Top
and
to
it was
bottom.
it was at the end of August in a barn with no air conditioning.
Yes.
Oh, fun
So
times.
our biggest issue was them just keeping the zombie
makeup
crap
on.
Yeah,
on.
you must have been busy doing the makeup.
It
on
was.
that
It
one,
was.
It would drip, and then I'd have to like push it back up.
Throw some
It would
flour.
drip a
The
little bit more.
swamp ass was so prevalent
Oh.
before. I had a 2-hour window to go and relax, and I drove basically 45 minutes to my home to wash said swamp ass and change to go back and go sweat my ass
Dude,
off.
I was
again.
I've never
in
had
the
a shirt
AM.
that sweat like that.
I was so fucking
was so
miserable in that
funny.
shoot. I was so fucking hot. I was sitting there. She was like, "Okay, it's time to do your makeup." I was like, "Cool." And I sat down. We did it for how many ever minutes, and she was just sitting there. And she was like, "So you like don't like me?" I was like, "No, it's not that." I'm just,
I was like, are you
she was
alright?
like, "Yeah." She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "I'm fine. I'm hot."
We
She's
just
like,
rolled
"Oh,
through.
great, thank God." She said, "I thought you didn't like me." I was like, "No, I do actually like you. Thank
He
you
was
for."
just pissy that
I
it
was
was
like,
hot.
"Thank you for doing my makeup for me." You know,
He's like,
like,
it's fun. And I was like, you're really sweaty. He's like,
I was the
oh, no.
Everybody's sweating.
Hang
and
on.
that's the shitty thing about it. Like through the scene, you see me, I'm like dry hair at the very first scene, and by the end of it, I'm just like fucking
soaking
like heroin addict,
yeah.
fucking dripping out of everything in me.
Like,
you know?
totally
These
cheeseburgers, man.
It was bad.
That's why we're
I think
They kept giving us
debatably-
beer. It was warmer than like fucking anything that you could pop.
Oh no.
This was
I mean, he didn't have to drink the beers.
Well, you're gonna.
Debatably,
You're gonna
the
suffer.
second sweatiest character so far is Tack.
Yeah.
dude, he's
For
fucking
sure.
he's
Trying
sweaty
to-
in the cold.
For real,
Trying
it's
to-
so bad.
Yeah, he's-
Trying to get that
our
blood
boy
stab
there,
to
man. Like,
stick on
man,
his head.
he rolls around with like, some people have a handkerchief.
He's got
Oh
a
yeah,
sweater.
like a
He's
Southern
got, like,
Baptist preacher.
Bro, he's got like a beach towel at his back 'cause he's fucking,
Get the Dire Straits headband going.
you know
Seriously.
it. Yeah.
Like
One thing I didn't
sweatbands,
really-
like those what 80s sweatbands were made for was people like Tack who just sweat a lot. But yeah, that was a brutal shoot. It
Bring
was
him back.
The
It
one,
was
look,
fun.
the one
Like,
thing
it was
I actually
brutal, but
didn't
fun
get,
It was fun,
the
yeah.
one thing I didn't get about that fucking shoot was everything was hot. We were hot. I mean, this was even at the end of the night. It was just getting fucking hotter. We thought, like, the
just
sun's gonna go
getting
down.
humid.
It's got to get cooler, right?
It's 2
Dude,
a.m.
Like it got hotter. I was like, son of. So they were
It's
making
like
this fucking
humid.
blood, like the fake blood or whatever the hell, and they had to like they put this tube up my back and around my ear and in my forehead. That way, when he hit me with the bat, it squirted the fuck out.
Yeah.
And we did that like maybe 3 or 4 times. Every fucking time, that fucking blood was so fucking cold. I was like, how the fuck
Is the blood
is the blood cold? I was like, this makes no fucking sense. Because that blood was made
It's movie
way
magic.
in advance. I
Movie
saw them
magic.
making it
Dude.
before they did my makeup,
Yeah,
bro. Like,
CO2, man, it cools it down.
so I got to be like an
So
actor.
it's a nice
like,
little sweet relief.
Brandon comes by and like hits me. He fucking does a squirt. It goes that way, and I lay down there like in acting. Even though the camera's not on me, I'm still fucking acting. I'm like, it's dripping down my face. I was like, why is this fucking cold? I was like, I should enjoy this. I was like, but I don't. It feels fucking like not natural.
By
you
the
know,
way,
like-
for the record, that was not the hottest shoot we've done.
No.
No, there was the shoot we almost burned the camera out.
holy shit.
That wasn't the hottest shoot we've done either.
Yeah, this was
Ooh.
Galaxy, correct?
Yep.
Yep.
The very final shoot for our first film, Project Galaxy, was the hottest shoot we've ever done. It was 109 degrees that day. And we
we're-
shot from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m.
That's going to be a no for me.
And it was, well, get this. Here's the fun story about that, right? So, not to throw her under the bus,
Ooh, that's a good way to start.
but my actress chose to get a nose job halfway through filming. And
What?
Yeah.
So we would have
So
wrapped.
you did like the first filming with the regular nose.
Oh,
and
should
then
we,
the next
yeah,
film?
should we spoil it?
Oh,
or let
no,
them
yeah.
watch?
No,
'Cause
it gets
was
better.
clever. It was
Okay.
It
clever.
gets better.
So,
So,
to go in with special effects
so-
and build more.
No.
so she
We're
didn't
poor.
tell me this.
We're practical.
And so she texts me the day before our next shoot, and she's like, "Yeah, so I got a nose job. Do you think that's gonna matter?" And I was like, what? Like, you're not Thanos, so I'm not gonna edit your face. Like,
And this wasn't like a Princess Vespa,
Yeah,
you know,
and so
like
I'm
Cook
like,
thing. It was like
fuck
subtle when
me,
it
what
came
am I
done.
supposed to do? And so our final shoot should have been in June, before it got that fucking hot. But we had to let her nose heal enough so we could shoot in August, where it's
man.
blazing.
It's the worst
balls hot.
month of the
And
year.
even then, we
Yeah.
weren't going to get finished, so I had to
And-
change the script.
And the grass is this goddamn tall. This is a
Hang
shoot
on, hold
where
that thought.
Oh,
Hold that thought.
all right, I'll
We're going
save
to
it.
get there.
I'll save it.
We're going to get there.
And
To
this
misery.
is a serious fucking.
This actually happened.
Yeah, this is no drop
And
like
so-
it's a
Oh yeah, I'm jumping ahead.
the
Yeah,
film
go
is
ahead,
it's
go
a
ahead.
serious film. It's not a comedy.
Yeah, no, it's not a comedy film.
Exactly.
believe me.
No,
So
no.
nobody's laughing on set.
Although that's
you know, like-
funny.
Well, I mean, yeah, like but
Retrospect
anyway.
is different.
So I had to write into the script where my character's mad at her and punches her in the nose.
Right. I was
And
going to
that way
say,
we
write
could-
it in.
And that way we could get around the rest of
That's
some of the rest of the movie. She's wearing the bullshit
Yeah,
over her because
yeah.
I pop her in the nose, but I had to have her pop me first, which ended up with me suffering because now my character is a druggie in the show. And so when she hits me, I'm in the middle of my withdrawals and stuff, so I had to take a mouthful of fake vomit so that I could vomit when she hits me. And the fake vomit was made out of like cream of mushroom soup and all kinds of other shit you don't want to have in your mouth warm at 109-degree day.
That
Yeah.
has nothing to do with me.
We
Yeah,
were
but,
not-
yeah, there was a different makeup people,
we
by
make,
the way. It's-
we make better product. than
Yeah.
that.
So, but the thing is, we shot that day, all day in the heat. I had tents I bought from Walmart that we set up that did not help at all. And
There was no relief.
I had
None
an
at all.
18-year-old actress on set that was just like dying,
We all were.
like melting into her chair. And we literally pulled, and we're in this giant field. That's where I was gonna let you take it. We're in this giant field we're shooting at in Mesquite, and it's on this property you can only get to with a 4x4 vehicle. So we only had 2 cars on set where we were.
Yeah.
So we're running both of them with the AC at full blast. My friend Tack, who plays Surge in Funny Money, plays General Patrick in or wait, what is his name? I don't even remember now. He plays the general
Watch
in
it
the first
and
movie,
find out.
and he's in a
tuned.
full-on military general uniform.
And this is a guy who sweats
That's, by the way,
no.
Who plays
authentic.
Sergio.
Like I went to the Army surplus, and the dude there literally put this together with real shit. So real that when we got out to get gas, this guy threatened to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, he was
stolen
stealing
valor. Oh yeah, bro, stolen valor.
gotta be
Like,
fucking
oh
shitting
no, that
me.
really
And our
happened.
friend
Yeah.
Patrick's like, dude, look how young I am. I'm
And
like
Tack was
30.
like, I'm not taking this off because if I take it off, I'm not putting it back on. Because he's out there in this thing, and he's like, dude, I'm used to it. I'm just gonna roll with it. The entire shoot, he's wearing like I can't even describe how thick this general's jacket is.
It's a real deal.
And all the shit he's in. He's in full on regalia like real army. And he just
With the
refused
hat.
He refused to take it off. When he took it off at the end, by the way, it's our sweaty friend we were talking about.
Right. He carries the
When he
beach
finally
towel.
took it off, it was like whoosh, and like Moses' waters.
There was
flowed out
so
from
much
his-
salt
It
horses
was like
around.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
But the heat was actually not the worst part of that set.
the worst part was, you heard me bitch about this, Aaron, all the poison ivy and chiggers.
He sure did. He sure bitched about it a lot.
I've never gotten chiggers in my life before, but
Neither
that
did
shoot,
I.
Oh, really?
I got all of them.
Is
Now,
it
mind you,
Every
it only
single
took one
one.
time for
And
me.
poison ivy.
They never learned. And I don't understand how they never learned, but it took one time. I came home the first time, and I was like, I woke up the next day and was like, what the fuck is happening to me?
Yeah. No,
Why am I
because-
itchy?
My legs were literally like
Yeah,
from here
all the
down,
way.
welts, like big ass welts, because they ate me alive. And I was like, that shit is never happening to me again. So the next time we went to shoot out there, I had like 3 cans of off.
It didn't matter.
And like I
It didn't
sprayed my
matter.
legs
No.
down.
Chiggers don't give a shit about
No,
off.
these were
Hold
the
up.
Green Berets.
Oh,
and
yeah,
chiggers.
they're from
Lies.
Texas. Right?
Lies.
Chigger Team 6. I tucked my socks into my
This is
jeans.
pure lies. I told everybody how to
no.
avoid this, and they just didn't do it. So it's all on you guys.
No, I sprayed
was
like a
not, I was
motherfucker.
unaffected the rest of the shoot. Okay?
I bathed like
I didn't do
carbon
anything
and
different.
calamine lotion, dude. It just nothing. There was no relief.
Now, granted, it could be because I had Cardi B playing on a little speaker by my foot.
That's
so
it.
That
That's
might have
it,
kept it
yeah.
all away.
I mean, but at what cost?
At what
though, you know?
cost, man? But the reality
Worth
is,
it.
I had to soak my legs literally in off. Like I sprayed them down like until they glistened and dripped, and then I sprayed inside and outside my socks. And I had longs. I pulled them long socks up
I did it too.
like some
Nothing.
e-girl, right?
They're like,
And
he's
I'm
got
spraying
leukemia.
around
He's like,
Some-
worth it.
Some bugs prefer certain blood types to others. Like
Right, it's a pheromone thing.
I'm tasty.
I'm right there
they,
with you.
mosquitoes love him.
Aaron,
they
do
don't
you feel
bite
like
me.
CJ's sweet though? I mean, I don't know.
Always. But it is a pheromone thing. Take it from somebody that was pest control for years and years.
That's right.
It's a
Yeah.
pheromone thing. And you know the grossest part about it is, here's the thing with chiggers. Most people think, oh, they've left this whelp on me with a white
Does anybody
head.
else hate that name?
This week on
I don't
National
want to-
Geographic.
Well, let me break this
Chiggers.
down.
It's so close. Like I'm just like every time Aaron
Weren't
says
we
it, I'm
talking
like,
about
God,
TV
please
show?
just-
Like, no, Chiggers. Fuck that shit. Next is bed bugs.
All right, nope, go on.
But anyway, what's gross about them is everybody thinks it's this red whelp with this white head. Well, what it really is a red whelp with their butt sticking out because
Yes.
they're in
Yeah.
you. And
Yeah.
they have this trumpet-like nose. And what they do is they spray a substance into you that turns your tissues into milk. And then they suck that back up, and that's what itches.
Dude, he
It's
just
them
described
doing
the
that.
fucking whole series of Funny Money.
That's true.
So
That was the whole
Spoiler
fucking
alert.
synopsis. Yeah,
That's
spoiler
really
alert.
good.
That's
Jump
fucking
in a
Funny
pool.
Money, bro.
Jump in a pool.
jump in a pool or put liquid.
I'll take things
clean
that I
nail polish,
never
jump in a
ever
pool.
wanted to know for $1 million, Alex. Like that.
We're never filming.
That's
that
why
pool
you
again.
itched, just because they were turning
That's a
your
good time to go to
tissues
break.
into milk.
Yeah, I'll
So if
set
you're
my leg hair
lactose
on fire
intolerant,
before
you
I
shit
fall.
Straight up.
Say that again.
So if you're lactose
Go to break
intolerant,
and
you
call
shit
the exterminator.
I'm super fucking paranoid of chiggers.
Next on the episode, bed bugs.
You never want them. It's the worst fucking thing. I think.
more you know.
No, it's not the
All
worst
the
thing I've ever
time.
been through, but it's pretty damn close.
It might as well be as bad as poison ivy. You know,
There-
it just
well,
doesn't
the
last.
only other thing that I could think of that's worse is if you were to get something like probably
Having both at the same time is worse.
what are they
You know what I'm talking
Yeah, I
about.
know. I remember that story.
I'm not telling my poison ivy story though.
Get it on your testicles or
They
something.
also burn.
That was the only place I didn't get it.
Scabies.
I wasn't a part of any of this. I have no idea. No idea what these guys are talking about. So I was on the show Funny Money once.
Once?
Once, twice, three times. From
You can, but
it was like fucking time travel.
So you have to have
told
much
you.
Funny
fun.
Money.
I told you,
So
it's just
let's
a-
check out a clip, Pam.
Oh yeah, did the clip
clip
actually
reader.
work?
Yeah, so we'll check him out and see.
Oh, this is a brand new clip.
Oh, and
then.
Tex, what's up, Tex? He posted something. Jake loves the chicken.
Shit,
I don't know what that means, but
Hey, that's what we call a Southern assault.
Courtney and Mark and Melinda and Ben and all y'all watching, man.
By the way, you can't spell
Justin, what up, dude?
you can't spell Southern assault without ass. That's all I'm saying.
so let's check out.
Assault.
He's gonna.
Oh, by the way, hang
substitute
on.
guys.
If I can introduce this clip because I have
tell
a
me what-
specific.
He's going to introduce it.
Oh, do you know what it's titled?
the new one.
Are you going to show the new one first?
Yeah.
I figured we'd build up to that.
Oh, you got. Oh, you have other clips.
I pulled all the ones on your Facebook.
Oh yeah, yeah. I have. Okay.
Y'all are gonna have to wait.
So what about the piss thing?
So we're not
All right.
doing the new one.
So
First,
the piss
to
thing
stay
you're
tuned.
in.
oh yes, Casey's clip.
Oh, it's the best one.
You mean Gilbert?
Gilbert's
Actually,
clip.
Paco.
It's Gilbert's.
Dr. Jones's clip.
Oh, and this, by the way, this is the fucking original fucking Paco shirt. This is like a very, very old
Yeah.
shirt.
By the way, he insisted on wearing this shirt in the first iteration of Funny Money on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah?
somehow he still has this shirt.
Still has it.
Still have this
Because
fucking
he's
shirt.
poor.
But then again, I'm wearing a Slayer Rain in Blood.
Literally, they
shirt,
didn't
so,
know
you
because everybody
Yeah.
has to do continuity to their fucking shit and
Right.
have that shirt. I was like, dude, I only have to wear this one fucking uniform. Never
every
change.
scene he never takes. It's the
You
same.
should change the name though, or something as an Easter egg. You know. Like,
Well, my real
That'd be
name
fun.
is Gilbert.
So it's pretty eggy and Eastery.
Yeah, dude, I'm a fucking jack of all trades.
He's a bunny, man.
Casey Jones says it's one of the coolest names ever. You know?
Because he don't.
Casey, you want to tell him about this? It's the P clip. I'm pretty sure they'll know what
man.
it is.
Fucking Chris.
In case
Chris,
for
Chris,
you guys that
Chris.
don't know how you're
Chris. Chris is one of the fucking funniest guys you'll ever fucking meet
Yes.
because it's a very lateral move from who he is to who his character is.
Yeah, he's
It's
not
just-
that
one
way. Like,
step in the other direction.
Yeah, because
some of the rest of us play characters that are close to
he's
us.
the sweetest guy you'll ever meet. He really is. And the character that he plays is like this fucking surfer stoner kind of guy. You know, but it's still sweet. He's still a sweet guy. And when you hear him, he gets slapped a lot, you know, and I'm that guy that has to like keep him like reality based and
Yeah, they're like best friends on the show, and he's the one with sense. And Chris is basically every bad thing about millennials you've ever heard.
from like
Oh,
R2D2 to fucking like Jay and Silent Bob to fucking Fear and Loathing.
I will say this.
So-
is
You
one of
know,
my
like-
You
favorite
guys are the
scenes.
dynamic
So
duo
in this
of the
in this
show,
clip,
huh?
basically they're looking for a new job because Chris's character Chad, which we all know a Chad or two in our lives. They usually drink Monster Punch Walls. Basically.
Chad?
Not my boss.
Revenge of the Drywall.
Chad is looking for a new job with him, and he just got them fired from the last job. So Paco's character is trying to actually get them hired somewhere, and that's where they find out about the club. The club has just put out an ad in the paper, and a lot of the first episode, the pilot, is about the characters from the club being hired on and getting into that
And this is a really
Yeah.
hot day too, so you'll see me dry at the very beginning
Oh, yeah.
and like soaking wet by the fucking end, dude.
What's
We
really
try our
cool-
damnedest, and sometimes there's nothing you can do. When you
It's-
film in
it's
Texas, I
fucking
mean,
hot,
it is
man.
what it
Yeah.
is, dude.
Yeah.
What's really cool about the first episode is that as the audience is learning who the characters are, you can also see the relationship with like the actors and their characters and finding out who they are and like where they sit in with everything. And it's really cool to watch it develop throughout the episode.
That's been very gratifying for me as a director, is just watching how the people gel together. And now there's a comfort there, and so shooting these back half scenes, they're so fucking funny, dude. Like, I hate saying that because you're overselling your own work, you know.
No, but they really are funny.
But they're,
Point.
I just think it's just gotten funnier and funnier and funnier. It's just going to continue to. 'Cause
Each
we-
episode is better
Chris
like,
looks
than the last.
Chris looks great through this episode because of his short hair. My fucking hair, dude. I have an afro at the beginning and I got like dreadlocks at the end. and he's just like sitting there sipping his fucking. But anyway,
Well, cool. Let's check it out,
Roll that
man.
beautiful bean footage.
We'll be right back with the guys from and girl. You tested it, right?
The clip said, "No, we will not be shown."
Y'all waited too long.
Oh, is that what
We
it is?
talk too damn much. This is our fault, actually.
Hey, no, it's the
uh,
alcohol's fault. Who is this?
No, it's definitely our fault. Listen,
Oh, the cowboy liquor.
the
That's
engineer in the
Right.
booth. Oh no, we lost another
Right.
one.
Fucking blame it on the fucking
7 and 9.
cowboy Canadian liquor.
What's going on?
No, when
It's
the
not DAC,
engineer's
but it's
got
DAC
everything
with a
rolling,
Q,
you gotta
like
let
DAQ.
them do the thing,
Sorry.
man. Like
Oh,
we
yeah.
talked too long. That was what it was. I'll blame us. I'll blame us.
Oh, man.
Uh oh.
Chaz sent me.
Chaz. Oh! The DJ!
Look, man, I'm trying to find us a gig, but you gotta stop up and knock that shit off, man. What if they drug test us?
No worries, bro. I got it covered.
What the is that?
My homie's girlfriend doesn't smoke, bro. So I had to piss in this bag so I could drink it for the drug test.
That's what you've been carrying? Wait, did you say drink?
Yeah, bro. All you gotta do is drink clean pee, and it comes out as your regular pee.
I don't think that's how. You know what? Good idea, Chad. Let's go with that.
Anything in the paper yet?
No, but I've been looking at the back pages. This new club's opening up called the Naughty Monkey. They're hiring bartenders. You ever bartend?
Nah, never been a bartender. Let's do it.
Well, luckily for us, I used to slang drinks back in the day. Okay, we'll do this. Finish your piss and let's go.
I just hope she's not pregnant.
Okay.
I looked at the dumpsters and upstaging me.
I just hope
Welcome
she's not
back,
pregnant.
everybody.
Welcome back.
Pam, if you can mute that for me, please. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. That was off of the first episode of Funny Money.
So you got to see me. You're welcome.
An hour and a half.
I love that scene though. That's hilarious.
An hour or an hour and a half long.
The first episode's an hour.
An hour,
I believe,
okay.
right?
Yeah, it's
Runtime
a minute.
60
like,
minutes.
It's, whew.
So it sets the stage for the rest of the show. Like they were saying, it introduces you to all the characters and
Yeah.
gives you a heads up. And we got a couple more clips we'll watch here in a little while. One that hasn't been seen yet because it's on an
yeah.
upcoming episode. So.
Which means that I haven't seen it either, which I'm really excited about.
Exclusive.
Now I know you haven't seen the show yet, but all you other guys have.
Oh yeah,
And,
we showed it to everyone.
Dude, I
Is there a
haven't
lot
even.
of self-critiquing going on?
Well,
Like,
man, like I haven't even met. Like, how many actors do we have? Like up into the 30s.
It's a lot.
We have a lot.
Maybe it's a
Dude,
lot.
we have a
It's a
lot of actors. I mean, they may not be like the A list or whatever, but we have a lot of actors, and they're sitting there talking like, well, Johan and Sebastian and Bach. I was like, I don't know any of these fucking people. that you're talking about, man. Like, if they're not in the fucking state, if they're not in the scene with me, I don't know the fucking name. So, there's a lot of people, man.
A lot of people, a lot of good talent. And,
Oh yeah, definitely.
I will say, should I spoil how the season ends?
No. But it turns out we're all Looney Tune characters.
I was going to dream. Yeah. The throne is melted.
It's all part of that crazy dream from when Chaz and Brandon's character. Oh my goodness, I'm having a
That's a
brain fart.
zombie episode.
I don't know. I don't think we talk about this stuff. We need to wait till James gets back till we start talking about shit like that. So
See, watch episode 3 to get that
There
reference.
you go. James is back. Welcome.
What happened?
they started talking about spoilers.
The director,
No.
the director showed up late.
I stopped them though. Don't
Oh, they were
worry.
getting the spoilers again?
Yeah, I stopped them. I was like, wait till James gets back on it.
When did you start filming entirely for the show? It was 5 or 6 years ago you came up with the concept, and it just aired for the first time in October.
Oh, yeah. Well, obviously we shoot with a way better equipment now than...
Oh, yeah, this thing.
Yeah, I mean, this time around.
We were using styrofoam back then. It was awesome.
Around,
It's like literally,
if I remember
charcoal,
correctly,
wood.
I started writing the first 3 episodes in January, and then we started shooting them in April.
Oh, right on.
And so it was a...
So 1 year.
You remember Aaron? I'm like...
We started shooting them in April, but it was really more May before it really got deep into it, into shooting, because we were finishing the second film back then. So.
Oh, you're doing 2 things.
Oh, we're doing like all of the things at
That
once.
seems like fucking...
It is.
That takes a lot of patience, I would imagine. You
I was
know?
wrestling a band with Aaron at the same time.
I was going to say, this dude playing bass in a band at the same time.
Yeah, we were doing the second movie and going into the TV show. And
actually, now...
it's fucking tired, man.
That is the only reason that he doesn't play bass for us right now, by the way.
It's because of the shooting.
Working with you guys.
Well, he's on all the projects. Right now, we're shooting our 3rd film at the same time that we're making this, at the same time that I'm scripting number 4 and 5, and we just got a guy that wants to give us a budget to shoot a film for him, which we're considering because the dollar amount is kind of close to,
Nice.
Yeah, so we're considering that, and that would add to our slate. And I'm still running a Real Unicorn on the side. In fact, we're about to do a commercial for a new place that just opened in Rowell or Rockwall, maybe. What's the one? Dow Rock in 30. You know what I'm talking about? The lake over there.
So basically, tell Aaron I can't play bass for you yet.
There's a new restaurant. There's a new restaurant that just opened. It's called TLC. By the way, they're really great. If you haven't checked it out, they're right there on the lake. In fact, they're next to Bass Pro, off of 30. And man, their food is killer. Their food is killer.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it used to be a Texas Land and Cattle. And now it's just called TLC, and it's not Texas Land and Cattle, obviously.
Never put those together.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I thought it was a brilliant move.
I was like the band.
Don't go chasing butter.
So I still do.
He said it, and I rolled with it. But then he said Texas Land and Cattle. I was like, oh, we fucking got to the next level. This is the next level of evolution. Killing cows, goddammit.
The guys from this restaurant TLC had seen the commercial I did for Quick Car, and so they reached out and stuff. So I still do commercials on the side, but it's pretty rare because I just don't have the time.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
What I charge compared to what I feel like I could get accomplished is a balancing act.
Right. So, and that takes a lot of patience, I imagine.
It also shows a little bit of your character.
I'm not very good at patience, though.
But there's so many people.
I do my damnedest, believe me.
There's so many people that once they get into people looking for them for commercials that are actually seeking you out for commercials and so forth. It's very easy to fall into the I'm asking you this much money, you give me this much money. So for you to come back to them and say, listen, this is the amount of product I can give you. Let's balance this with the budget that you want to do. That gives you a little bit of character compared to the other competition, because it really just kind of shows that you're willing to say, hey, listen, I can't give you a $400,000 budget. So let's reel this in and figure out exactly what I can
give. It's just like any other art.
They do that with fucking James. He's like, we never see him again. It's like, he had a fucking $400,000. Where'd he go?
Right, but you get my point. My point is that builds character. That shows character.
Well,
that shows the reason
business.
why people want to hire you.
It's business. I mean, like, everybody that is at this table right now, like, for example, if we wanted a Vivid Vulgar hat, which I do, by the way, motherfucker. I shaved my head, so I'm collecting hats now. By the way, anybody that's ever shaved their head for the first... I had long hair from literally since I was like 10. And when I shaved my head for the first time, I laughed at all these people... I laughed at all these people that wear hats and shit because I was like, oh, you're wearing a hat because you're hiding your bald. I wear bandanas. I've worn bandanas my entire life, right? Yeah, not everybody, of course. I said people that shave their head Your other head, I'm sure, shaved, has a hat on it right now. Anyways, the point being that I discovered the hard way just how much the sun beats on your fucking head. Yeah, good luck with a bandana. Because when you get in the shower at the end of the night, like, it is burnt. You are crispy fried.
Project
like the
Galaxy,
skin on the
by the
top
way.
of your skull
Chiggers,
just goes red as
Poison Ivy, and
another.
Sunburn like a motherfucker.
All right, DJ Khaled, another one.
There I am.
Another one.
There I am. Sorry to interject. There I am lying on the ground dead for this one scene I'm in. And James is like, I need motivation to be sad. And I'm
This
just
other
lying,
scene,
I'm
he's
lying
dead.
dead with all this shit. I'm
He's
like,
like,
act, motherfucker, act!
Yeah, he really did.
I got your motivation right here.
Someone
come punch this
I'm
bitch.
trying to get all
Act,
emotional,
bitch.
and they're screaming at me because they're just so miserable with the set.
Yeah, it was horrible.
I did
I would
not
have
get
beat in
emotional.
your
It
eye.
was not a thing.
You would have
You
motivation.
probably
It's
would.
like, fucking kill him. Just cover him up. Let's go.
It's like,
like
why
I said,
why not
back
be
to
dead
Texas,
in the
goddammit.
scene?
But like I was
Anyway.
saying, if somebody wanted to get a Velvet and Vulgar hat, you could get one from Aaron and pay, let's say $20, and then some.
Ed Riley,
I almost, man. See, I'm trying to catch my cursing and such, and then some
Oh,
jerk.
yeah.
I can't do it. I'm sorry.
You
You ain't got to worry about it.
All right, some
can
dick
cuss.
on Amazon is suddenly selling you one for $15, and then this
Cock
asshole on
sucking
eBay has got like a
motherfucking
whole
prick sucking.
bunch of them selling for $10. And everybody's always going to go for their best deal, of course, right? Now, when you're an artist, it's different to quantify what the best deal is, because you really have to go with, well, what are you worth, instead of what does everybody else charge,
Right.
And so I learned that, the hard way, doing some gigs where literally I only made money where I paid my guys. And I made nothing.
We've done those.
Yeah, and while that's cool because I want my guys to get paid, at the same time, like, man, I'm wasting my time that could be done if we're on this level, where we're on Amazon and such, and courting other streaming services. Then I can't take gigs for like $500. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just filming a
Not to
band
mention,
for
like,
45 minutes or doing
I'm bringing like a $14,000 camera rig and lens setup to your gig for $500.
Yeah.
It's just like every band. Again, I keep putting this back to being in a
Right.
band because I was in a band for so long.
It's still art.
And
It's
everything
still
I
art.
learned
It's
being
a-
in a band, honestly, I
It's
think has
incredibly
made
relatable
me,
to circumstances.
yeah, it really is. Because now I'm managing a different aspect. Because it's the same thing as, these guys might get out there. I've seen your drum kit with your dude. So they're probably dragging $20,000 worth of gear to a fucking show where they make, $10
It's
a
a
head.
misconception. I've been on the
Sometimes
inside.
you don't
Trust
even
me.
make door.
Yeah.
If you don't get enough people at the
Yeah.
door, you don't even
And
make
they'll be
it.
like,
We're going to
and-
pay you an exposure.
And pay your
Credits.
tab.
Yeah.
Like, those Bud Lights we gave you for free earlier, yeah, well, now you owe for them. So,
Because you
get
didn't
fucked.
bring in
Like,
enough
yeah.
people. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's kind of the same thing.
You talking about
with,
my 3-year run at being in a band? What?
Yeah. This is kind of the same
Make
thing
no
with doing
money?
this and doing commercials. So I can go to a guy and be like, yeah, well, this is, what I got from Quick Car or from, Poor Shack or any other place that I've done a commercial for. But with what you're asking is different. So I need to do this. So with me, I get to just be like, well, here's my price. And if you don't like it, I don't give a fuck because I'm making movies. So every weekend I take off to do your stuff is a weekend that I'm not doing my stuff.
That's something James is teaching me right now, which is where do you value your work?
And you have
to learn that.
You
over
have
time.
to make a stand. You cannot just be here and say like, okay, well, my work is only worth $40 because I know that the person that does the work like I do is only charging $50, and I want the business. But at the same time, you're doing so much better work. Like you have to at some point as an artist stand up for yourself,
Right.
and have the courage to say no. This is not right. I don't give a fuck if your friend can do a $40 sketch on a sketchbook. I'm doing this shit on a program that, monthly costs me $40 alone to graphically design something for you that you want that looks professional. So, on my little soapbox, I'm sorry.
No, it's
pay your
fine.
local artists.
No,
and support your local artists, and local artists stand up for yourself.
Yeah, don't sell
Because
yourself
we are
short.
literally living proof right here that the fucking your regular guy that you've never met and don't know that your local guy can be right up there next to the greats on streaming services and everything else. It's all right there. Stand up for yourself.
Agreed.
Don't sell yourself short.
100%.
Can I shoot a shout out?
No.
To fucking Rick. Rick, our buddy Rick.
Oh, Rick is such a great story. You're not going to believe this.
Dude, he is like literally playing hide and go seek with God.
I'm stealing a shot, Corey.
Hey, you got money invested in that. Go ahead.
Rick's been there at the beginning of Funny Mania as well.
I'm glad
He
you
plays
brought this
Fuller
up.
Huffman, by the way. For those
Yeah.
who don't
Oh,
know
I
there.
love Rick. He's
Rick,
such a sweetheart.
dude.
Yeah.
He's
By the way,
been there at
Rick's-
the beginning as well. Like I said, he's like literally playing peekaboo
He
with
is
fucking
our
God.
James
This
Slater.
guy is like getting legs broken. Like run over.
All right, no, hold on.
He's the only man I know that's been run over by a truck twice in the last 5 years.
All right, man, look, I'll tell you
And
this
the
right
second
now.
time it was his own truck.
3 times in less than 1 year.
Like, how does that happen?
What's funny is I just met somebody tonight that's one of their friends that got run over by their own car too.
Jesus
It
Christ,
seems
why
to
is this
be- I don't know
happening?
why the-
Please don't stand up for yourselves, artists, and don't get run over by your own car. It's literally all you
Mercury's
do.
in Gatorade.
It's a
That's
smart
all.
car epidemic.
Friends don't let friends
Check
get
this
run
out,
over
my
by
man.
their own car.
Check this out, because people don't know this, by the way. By the way, from the time we shot episode 1 to the time we shot episode 2, Rick had been rolled over by his own truck, dragged down his highway, broke both his legs, and that's why the rest of the time that you see him in the show, he's generally sitting because he's broken.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the reason
But he
why
just
I'm in the
now
second episode.
And fucking showed up, bro. Look,
And
man.
showed up and stood during some of his scenes.
Yeah,
and
he
stood
was.
there.
He literally put his clutches aside and was like, "No, I'm here." And I'm like, making me uncomfortable, man. Like, I'm like, oh god, like,
Well,
I'd have been that guy on the first fucking Funny Money show and got a fucking splinter from Tony Gaga's fucking set, man. I'm like, I'm done, I'm out. Rick fucking showed back. He's like, got ran
2
over.
broken legs.
Fucking ran over,
Now, I
man.
will say, one of the
Dude,
first shoots I did with him when he came back, right, to act, he's in his wheelchair. And, he's got his little vape pen and all that.
He's in his wheelchair for a lot of it. We
and I'm in
cleverly
his
hide
kitchen,
it. Like,
it's got a little bar thing and all that. And I hear the vape pen going off and him just rolling all smooth. I'm like, I thought it was Professor Xavier, dude. And he's like, you motherfucker.
super huge shout out to Rick and his lovely wife Jana.
Yes.
They've let us shoot in their beautiful home for nothing because they just love the show, and Rick's been a friend for a long time.
I really love Rick.
It's not
Yeah.
you own any
I actually
more
want to
trucks.
fucking shout out to Brandon too, man. Brandon's fucking
Oh yeah, Brandon's
the
been
best,
day
man.
one
Like,
too.
all these guys that are here right now, these are the like fucking guys, dude. They're fucking great. Great.
They
fuck-
are the A team.
That's my favorite
It's
part
so
about
crazy.
this. See, you don't know this, but I brought everybody back from the original show.
Oh, that's so
5 years later, like I called people that
from
hadn't
the
talked to
YouTube
me, and
thing?
Casey hadn't talked to me in like 4 years.
Yeah, even the gamer dude.
Hadn't talked to me, and like I called
Huh.
all these people back. I was like, "Yo, this is gonna go on Amazon. Are you in?" And everybody was just like, "Yes,
Yeah.
totes.
yes."
I'm sitting there like fucking cutting salad and shit. I'm like, what? Yeah. Fuck out of here.
Top that salad.
No more salad. It's only steak from
Man,
now on.
goddamn, I'm out of here. God damn
I
it.
missed your fish.
That's like the best
alright.
intro
That was
fucking,
bad news.
like we need to do that. A fucking origin episode where we're all like, we're coming back from the club and
We'll
we're
have to
fucking.
animate that shit, man.
Hey.
Animated
All right.
edition.
Different discussion. Keeping away secrets.
Indeed.
Oh, wait, shit, fuck.
There's a lot of great people
Oh.
that I would thank on this.
I'm
thing.
not
I
even
would
gonna
thank
know
all-
that.
Yeah,
yeah.
we're a good group of writers and all that. A lot of us get together and everything. And
Yes, which I will
invite
emphasize,
every
by the
cast
way.
member, yeah.
I'll emphasize that the first 3 episodes were written by me-ish. I wrote the first 2.5. The 3rd episode, the zombie episode, me and Brandon largely improvised. There's a
With me
lot of
as
scenes
well.
in there that literally we're just on set and we realized, okay, this is a way better dynamic than one man's humor, right? So the next 3 episodes that are going to come out, hopefully in April, that we're shooting now, are all written by committee. So literally, like, I'll be like, all right, guys, we're meeting at this bar, and let's bang some episodes out. And like the actors will show up. We'll have 10 to 15 people at a bar,
Wow.
and it's a lot of cacophony and chaos,
Right,
of course.
right. You got a conch you,
You
pass
gotta-
around.
course,
like
yeah.
little
Through a
holds
lot
the
of
conch.
bullshit.
Everybody has
But,
to
you
hold
know-
the tiki torch.
Hey, believe me, when you're on set and you have to juggle all this, you can juggle 10 friends in a bar. It's not a
Yeah.
big deal. Like,
Yeah.
So we stay focused. And I really believe that the 3 episodes that were written with us all together are so much better than what I wrote.
They streamline a lot.
They're
better. There's a
just
better
great.
flow.
They're just great, and they're funny as hell. Like,
Yeah.
Hold on.
I figure
You
the
know-
more you do, the easier it'll get, and the more it'll flow.
Oh, just like
Right.
music or anything else. It's like,
It evolves, People
Yeah.
evolve. You weed out the characters that aren't as funny as we thought they were. Like,
or
works out
somebody's
better
not
on
putting
paper.
enough
I mean,
effort.
yeah,
and you get feedback from people.
And
who
it
watch
just
It's
builds
not
up
only that.
regardless.
Yes, that too.
We've seen our
Water
mistakes.
finds its own level, bro.
Which,
You're
by the
always
way-
gonna fucking find that level that's gonna get higher and
But
funner every time.
We've seen
I
our
have to
mistakes
say
in the
that,
first 3 and learn from that. It's like even I wrote a couple of one-liners and some of them were a little too topical at the time, and it's like, okay, we're not going to fucking do that anymore. It's you just learn. It's like when me and Aaron were in a band, way back, Mahuke, way back when we would videotape the shows like in the mid 2000s, and we're like, okay, don't fucking do that.
Right.
It's
just like a
you-
photo.
yeah,
You
it's-
said this. Don't do
yeah,
that.
yeah. It's, you that little headbang you're doing.
a little weird.
No.
Looking like a second.
And that is
You look
us.
gay.
They-
Just
they
know.
are,
Now,
we
when we
are
go back in that
learning as
lighting,
we
it look
go,
more
for
like
sure.
a penis go the right.
Learning as we go for
What?
sure.
Fire.
Sorry, thought there was a
He
penis
used
on my
to
shoulder.
draw a stripe down the middle of his head to look like a mohawk while he was bald. And
I did that one show.
And he wore a tank. I'm not a tank top.
I did not do that
What was it?
Turtleneck.
What was it? A turtleneck.
A turtle.
So he had a stripe down his
turtleneck.
head and a turtleneck. He looked like a busted condom.
That's hilarious.
That
I
was
will
a
say
picture
this,
you
man.
sent me that I don't want
Dude.
to speak of.
Jake here is literally like most of us have, you've never heard this probably, but most of us have talked about you. Of course, we all talk about each other, you know, generally positively if you're friends with
I'm
them.
like, what?
No,
Everyone's
positively.
like-
No one talks to me about
Everybody's
nobody.
around the room,
I wanna
like,
hear what you're
spaghetti
talking
western
about.
style.
Nobody ever does that, yeah. But one thing we all say about Jake is the best, like, I don't know, like spirit sport, if you will.
He's kind of the unsung hero of everything he does.
Honestly, yeah. I would agree with that 1,000,000%.
Whether
No,
it
for
be
real.
the band or Pull Out and Run Radio or anything
Or
else.
Funny Money. His contributions to Funny Money are amazing as fuck. And
I put it like
remember-
this.
I
they don't go
remember-
into the credits and stuff because there's just no room for credits to really, you know.
Yeah.
I remember when I first met you and Clifton and I walked in the room and you were playing bass for 3/4 ton and we were trying to figure out
Oh,
3/4
back in the
ton
day.
and then 3/4 ton didn't work in Mahuka. And I remember riding home with Clifton and he was like, I don't know about that Jake guy. He's really
that
cool,
guy of all
but
of
he
them?
seems like he is just down for fucking anything. And I was like, that's why I love him. And Clifton thought for a minute and he goes,
Sitting next to
okay, that's why I love him too.
That's because I was
And
just in a
from
band
there-
with that guy.
Well, from there on out, it shined in everything that I've watched you do. You are kind of just down for anything. It doesn't matter what it is. You've got this.
All right, well, I'm taking him home. So.
Jake
Well-
is one of the most unsung heroes. He's literally only number 2, and that's just barely behind Sherman, who we have not got the shout out to. Shout out to my
Oh,
business partner Sherman,
Sherman.
who's not here.
We love you, Sherm.
We love you,
Sherm has not been able to be at a lot of things lately because he's had some heart issues. He's you know, and we don't leave anybody behind. Obviously, that man is literally half the reason why we're here.
Yes.
You know,
No, that's
he helped
true.
fund the first movie that I made. He was there with me for everything. He knows how to do everything I can do. If anything ever happened to me,
He's
Sherm can
next
carry
in
it
line,
on.
yeah.
Like he can do anything I can do, mostly.
I'm taking your TV. If you're not here.
You got a will?
Hey,
Can
which
I get
one?
the D&D dice?
Do you see my new ones?
No.
No.
Oh,
Yes.
Well, this one don't let
That'll go later.
All right.
Yeah. But anyways,
How
so
was
shout out to
y'all
those people.
off it?
Possible D&D episode?
We'll move
D&D.
on.
There's the butt
We
plug.
did a
All
D&D
right.
episode ish. Oh, that'd be a
Add a
That'd
butt
be
plug.
so much
hey.
fun.
Season 2 talks are no.
There we go.
See, Amazon's texting me now.
Watch it.
You're fired.
So, do you have plans?
You said,
We know
what
that
about
season
Great
1
Jeff?
is 6 episodes, but are you planning a season 2 already, or you gonna wait and
Okay.
see how it ends? And
So I
Go
had
from
told
there.
I had told everybody involved because it's a lot to ask of people to give up their time and everything else to do this, and obviously it costs me a fuckload of money. Like I've often said, dude, I would not be living where I live, and I would be like half retired by now with what I've spent on doing this.
This is correct.
And so, you know, at some point I'm gonna run out, and at some point we're gonna have to, you know, it's got to be profitable, right?
right,
And so I told the guys, listen, like this is our best shot. I really love the show. I think it's great. I think everybody did great. This is the only show. Well, I mean, there's only 2 releases, but this show doesn't have any negative reviews yet, which is shocking to me. Because my first film was already getting
we're done.
skewered like fuck.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, believe me.
Yeah.
I've seen some nasty things on that.
Oh, yeah.
It was
One guy
so
got a
bad.
little creative.
No, some of them are really
Write
funny.
you a poem, a hate poem, or something?
Actually, I mean, you know what? I'll pull up my favorite review.
Roses are red, violets are blue.
I'll pull up my favorite review and we'll read it later on the show. Like that'll be
Hate
fun.
comments.
But so the fun thing about my first movie is half of it's 5-star. I fucking love this. This is amazing. I didn't think it like this is amazing. And the other half is 1-star. Like this is the worst thing I've ever fucking seen. Did y'all even go to film school? Kind of shit, you know.
Yeah, it's just like raw oysters. It's
One of my
the
favorite
other.
ones
really how
was
you
whose
take
rich
it.
uncle paid for this? I'm like, fuck, it's me.
Oh,
I'm rich
fuck
uncle.
you.
I am rich uncle.
I'm rich uncle.
It's really
God.
how you take it. If you take it for what it is, like that's what I did. I took it for what it was. It was my homies created a fucking badass movie.
That's where all
And
of
I
our support
kinda
comes
just
from. is my
watched
friends
it and
going,
I
you
was
guys
like,
are on
that's
Amazon.
Yeah.
That's so
It's
cool.
fun. Like if
And
you just
well-
have fun with it, it's fun.
And people don't realize like it was my first script ever.
Yep.
My first script ever made it into a movie that's on a streaming service with professional films. So of course I got killed killed.
A
And
lot
I
of
knew
it's
I
going
would.
to be jealousy, hate,
I
and
would've-
stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
It's
well,
like
that's
it's
what I
original.
say. It's like, where's
It's
your
like, yeah,
Amazon-
you wish you had one.
Right.
then,
Where's
don't
your
you?
Amazon movie?
Where's your
You know,
Exactly.
come on.
I
Yeah,
take
and-
it as that's hilarious.
And
Look
you
at
can
them
do that.
go.
You can do that, of course. That's an easy way to go, but that's never going to make you better.
No, it's
And
not.
so,
but it's like they're
if
being
15 years
expeditious.
of getting beat on while I was in a band didn't teach me anything, it's how to really take criticism. And by the way, anybody tuning into this, this applies to every part of your life. And this is the only part I'll ever make sense. And this is why people, I think, actually act in my shit. Because I'll every now and again say something that actually makes sense. So criticism is probably 80% I fucking hate you and here's some jokes. And then 20% truth. And you have to be able to pick out that truth. You have to take the truth without the heat. That's what I call
learn
it.
from it.
Yeah, and learn from it. And I like to that's what I call it. Take it without the heat. When you pull the heat out of anybody's comment anywhere, no, whether they hate you or love you, it doesn't matter. And by the way, the heat is just subjective bent. That can be positive or negative. So the heat can be, well, you're a fur, you know, or the heat can be, I love your fur. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what matters is what they get to at the end of their comment. What matters is what they're saying about the show.
Point.
Like, yeah, like whether they're, because a lot of times I've noticed, like, if people are hating on what we're doing, like, for example, the first movie, Project Galaxy, I agree with most of the hate I got.
Yeah.
They're like, this is too boring. And I'm like, you're right, it is too boring. No, it is.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, man.
Yeah,
I was there.
and
I was there.
And it's also because they don't realize, like, I didn't have the budget to do, some of the scenes didn't get shot. I didn't have the budget for it.
Got that
They would have really
got that
spiced it up.
placenta plug.
You know what I mean? And it's sad to me now because I could have made, if I made Galaxy now, it would look so
much better.
Yeah. But what are you supposed to do? How do you learn? You have to learn by doing.
Kevin Smith didn't
And you have
redo
to have the
Clerks.
guts, again, the guts to fucking learn by doing and put it out there. Let everybody hate you. Let everybody hate on it. Let everybody say, I hated this part, I hate this part, I hate this part, I hate this part. Whether they hate you, love you, doesn't matter. Take the heat out of it. Let them call you all the names and all that bullshit. Once they get through, they're going to tell you exactly what's real. You know, and you have to, as a director, know that. You have to understand that. You have to understand that you're not making... I'm not making movies so that I like my movies and I go home and watch my movies. You know what I mean? I'm making movies because I want everybody to like the movies. Or I want some people to like the movies, or I want it to touch somebody or reach somebody. Or,
Whoa.
you know, not
Crazy.
Kevin Spacey,
Crazy.
not Kevin
Crazy.
Spacey. Calm
Crazy.
down, calm down.
All right.
But you get what I'm saying? And
Be
so,
careful here.
so, you know, to me, when it's like half of it's super positive and half of it's super negative, to me, I like that spot. I'd be in that spot for everything I have. Because everybody's talking about you now. The people that hate you are talking about you. The people who love you are talking about you. If everybody's all in the middle and it's like, I guess it was okay, nobody gives a shit.
I guess it's kind of the Michael Bay position.
That's way different. How dare you?
One side or the other. You love it or you hate it.
Well, and can I say
Yeah,
this?
Casey, that's just...
They just hate us because they ain't us.
Take a shirt.
I'm taking my fucking Cowboys.
Oh, no!
Get the fuck out of here. Michael Bay. Does it say Michael Bay? Oh, my bad.
If you don't mind me adding to what you're saying.
Yes. All day.
I totally agree with you. And what's interesting to really know, and for me, I'm not a movie director. I'm a musician.
Neither am I,
It all fits.
You could
with
totally be a
something-
movie
Shut
director.
the fuck up.
It all
Take
fits
off your
with
hat
it.
and say that again.
But
Say it,
that's
Atlas.
funny. But
Say it, Atlas
the
is
point
gonna be
is
the
that, like,
new
really,
tell the truth.
when you really get it from people, the other thing that you have to do, the other part of it, is as you're learning, you know, you have to take the good with the bad and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Is you also have to like sit for a second and go, there's some of these people that are really talking shit that have no idea what it's about. They have no
Sure.
idea.
Yeah, that's
so
the
you have to
internet.
kind of take that a little bit into respect too. They're not out there filming movies, like you said. Like, and I know that's it's kind of a shit point to go, we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. That's kind of not what I'm saying.
That's why I hate the whole "Where's your movie?"
Yeah, that's
Like,
kind
I
of
hate
right.
that.
That's kind of not what
That's
I'm
not
saying.
the that's not the proper response.
Right, that's why
yeah.
I wanted to bring it up and kind of connect
Yeah,
it too.
of course.
It's because of that. That's not what I'm saying, and I don't think that's what you meant either. I think really what it is that it's a point where you're going, look, I put my heart and soul into this. And so if you can't look at it and go, this guy put the heart and soul into this first shit movie where he had no cameras that worked and nothing, but he still did it. You still fucking did
You
it.
see, that's the thing.
And by the way,
still got
there
some
was a
fucking-
real
I
fucking
don't-
placenta in that fucking movie.
So, but
if
have
you want
some
to talk about
fun
fucking
and
organ
enjoy
parts,
it. And that's
true,
hilarious
actually.
too. But have some fun and fucking enjoy it.
am I wrong?
You know what
No,
I mean?
that's true. Actually, that's very true.
Who's placenta?
It was a goat placenta.
Well, I wasn't there for that scene.
Yeah, no, there's
I'm
a
just
okay,
fucking saying, if you want to
Same
fucking get
time
like,
frame.
you know, yeah. Well,
Different cities.
I agree 100% with what he's saying.
I'm just trying to say
you're
that,
dead on.
that
Yeah.
people don't necessarily know. So
Right.
that when you don't know, instead of being critical, that's the time to have fun.
See, that was
Go,
bad.
I don't know what this
Right.
people
That
did.
was bad phrase.
This is
But hang on.
hilarious that they did
Here's the
this.
difference, though. The difference would have been if I'd have put that movie on YouTube, then people wouldn't have been as harsh. But I
Right.
didn't.
Yeah.
My very first movie I ever made got on Amazon Prime. There are filmmakers in Dallas that can't do that. And that are mad they can't do that. And are trying desperately to do that. Some of them, are really good and they can't do that. And so it's you have to I have to accept that there's going to be that. There's going to be that aspect of it.
People just forget the word fun. And that's
Yeah.
what's really
Well,
the
I mean,
annoying
of
part
course.
of it.
They
Of
forget
course,
the word
but-
anything. Look,
They
when fucking
forget to have a
Halloween
class.
1978 came out, he fucking took it. The director Carpenter
Yes.
Yeah, he
to
did.
his fucking college that he fucking alma mater or whatever. Everybody there fucking hated it. They said, "Why'd you do this? This sucks. You got paid this much and you fucking did this. This is gonna go nowhere." Guess what? That's the fucking lead fucking horror movie of all goddamn time.
Look at The Night of the Living Dead, where there was literally no budget. There was no budget. It was shot in black and white. For
It's the
God's
same
sake.
thing as Evil Dead.
Yep.
Yeah,
Which Sam
Evil Dead.
Raimi's
Yeah.
career was
No.
launched off.
Well, they
Sam
didn't even have
Raimi
color television.
directed some of the best Spider-Man
Right.
movies that exist right now.
Well, two of them.
I said some of.
But let me acquiesce. It's like, the phrasing "Where's your movie" was piss poor in my judgment.
No, I get
it.
what
It's
you're
more.
saying,
It's
though.
more. I kind of meant.
No,
more,
it's not piss
I
poor.
meant more of. Have you tried to achieve something?
Right.
No, it's not
And
piss
if
poor.
you haven't,
I
just
get
have
it.
fun.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm not going to
It's
say I've never
emotional
felt that either.
affirmation.
But
I
you
would
just
never
can't.
say it to anyone, but it's like one of those things where I say it to myself. Where's your movie?
Have
you
you
say
tried
it to
to achieve
yourself,
your
where you're
goals?
like,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is something I did. This is something.
I agree,
that-
but I feel like it walls you off from what you need to learn.
Well, it sounds very
It is dismissive.
elitist.
It's very dismissive.
But
But I don't think
it
that's
also
what it
has.
was.
you will
'Cause
take
I know you
you
better
will
than
take
that. I don't think that's what
unwarranted
you meant.
criticism. You will take it, but it's no different than somebody that writes and sings a song. Have you ever been on stage? Not you, so you have. Have you ever been on stage and sang in front of people ever in your life?
I
And I'm not talking about
actually-
karaoke. I'm talking about have you ever sang on stage where people walk up and pay to see you, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You have.
I know you
No,
have.
you look
I know
like
you have.
you-
I know you have.
Yeah,
right?
no, I did.
Yeah,
I did a song.
So
with
there's
Alex.
a
You
level.
also did a song with Mahuke about 8 times.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
there's
Well,
a
it was
level
it was
of
one word.
Several songs.
there's a
one
level of you have
word.
to put yourself out there to the fullest extent,
Yeah.
knowing that some people are going to hate it.
Yeah.
I always tell people, and I'm telling this to everybody that's a
Also
young
Mahuke.
director
I'm here to
that's out there that
tell
wants to
people.
make movies. Anybody can make movies now, okay? You can do it with these cameras we're staring at right now. It
Yeah,
doesn't
you do it
matter.
on
You
a cell
can.
phone.
But the thing is this. You have to understand that there are 7 billion people on the planet, and half of them are going to hate it no matter what you do.
And all of them are Russian.
Period.
So Phantom Menace all over again.
No, Last Jedi.
One of my favorite pieces of
Oh,
advice.
I was like, whoa, too soon.
for
Too
days.
soon.
A little too soon.
What is
Anyways.
that?
You have Tyrannus?
Yeah, that was us.
Yeah, I hope that answers your question.
I saw it up there.
We
I
we
don't-
got off on a tangent.
Yeah.
What did you start to say?
Oh, one of the best pieces of advice I've ever gotten.
Thanks, Mom.
I actually got it from my mother. She told me that you're going to get 1,000,000 no's in your lifetime, but it only takes one yes to make you famous.
That's true if fame is your goal. Fame is not my goal.
No, just
However-
the affirmation, not the
Yeah, just
necessarily
success.
the
However,
in general.
that-
You
I
gotta
don't think
fail
anyone's
a
really
bunch of
shooting to
times
be
to.
famous.
No,
I'm not
that's-
built for fame.
It's
That
the
sentence
context of
is
the word.
that sentence
Yeah.
is built properly. You know,
Yep.
you it only takes one time to make you successful. I mean, it's the same shit.
Successful,
Yeah. Yeah.
Fame for me is being comfortable in a place where I am working with people I like.
See, to me, that's successful,
People-
not fame.
Yeah,
Well-
fuck fame.
Fame's the other thing. I
just
don't want
Bill
fame at all.
Yeah,
Like, I don't
no.
think. I think fame sucks.
That
Look.
Sly and
Like-
the Family Stone guy has fame, and he's
No, but
homeless.
when you talk about your 2 minutes of
That's
fame,
why I don't want
you know,
fame.
that 2 minutes of like, there's this thing that I put out and people talk about it and stuff. That's for me, I think, what fame represents. It's not. I'm not trying to be in front of cameras all the time and
I don't want to be like
constant.
And on the
I
last
don't know how
note,
long you run your
look,
show and stuff, but I see it's.
On the
We got
last note,
45
like
minutes.
super, like
But
super
we also
quick.
have a few clips we need to get to.
I know.
so-
That's
Oh,
what I was
yes.
like.
Well,
if you don't mind-
Stop! Let's check out a clip real quick. We're talking funny money here with the cast and crew.
Yeah, if you got another clip that's not the new one yet, we're gonna save the new one to the end of the show just for the people
That's
that
right.
tuned
You gotta
in.
break it down first.
And it's fucking New
Oh my
Year's.
God,
The
Leslie
show
Corbin
this
is in
our
there?
New Year's
Leslie
show,
and
so-
Sheila Bottle. We love you, Leslie.
I did not think I was going to be here at the beginning of last year.
Man,
And,
Leslie, if you're
Katie?
still watching,
Yeah, that's my mother.
Man, hearts out.
I love you.
Yeah,
We love you.
Katie,
We'll save
your
our
mama.
bottles. We'll save our bottles for you.
What up, girl?
For
Love
Batman.
you, Leslie.
Pam loves you too. She's hollering over
Happy
there
New
from the
Year's
booth.
from Pullgetter and the cast of.
That's right.
Money.
Also watch Project Galaxy, The Drunk.
All on Amazon Prime right
Watch
now.
Prize Galaxy.
So
Not the credits.
if you're a Prime member, it's free. If
Another
not,
comments.
you got to fork over $1 or $2. No
Yep.
big deal.
Here's a
Not
clip
Prime
coming for
member,
you.
you should be anyway.
Brand new.
Clipping it.
Nobody's ever
Oh, we're
seen
not going to
it.
introduce it? Okay.
Well, what
Which
is the
clip are you?
title?
Which clip are you pulling? I can actually see where you're.
D&D?
The D&D, where you're having a
Yeah.
conversation.
Okay, we can do
Oh.
that. Actually, that's a great one to do. Okay, so check it out. This clip goes out to all of our D&D players. I know that nobody really knows what D&D is, and you're not supposed to be like, "Oh my god, I play D&D." I play D&D every Sunday with my
Dixie
friends.
Dice?
It's my favorite Saturday
It's
morning
my
cartoon.
favorite fucking 4 hours of my week. Honestly, it is.
4
4
hours.
hours.
Yeah.
Beginner mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Like
Noob.
that's all we can do. Like that's all we. I'm busy as fuck. Like
Busy.
Hey,
Until
shout
you
out to
played
my
up
boy
12
Mike.
hours.
Shout out to my boy Dan. Shout out to my boy Tack. And shout out to my boy Ricky. And shout out to my boy. Oh, I can't say that.
You mean your
we have a
dwarven
nickname for
elf
him.
buddies? And
Joe. Because yeah. Hey, shout out to my barbarian friend, my dwarf. Like, shut
Yeah,
up.
my level 12
Anywho,
mage.
D&D got popular because obviously Stranger Things brought it kind of into the thing.
Kinda brought
But
it
D&D's
back,
been
yeah.
played forever and a day. Everybody's played it at some point, whether you're drunk at a college party,
Community.
rolling dice with condoms.
Remember
or,
in the 80s when it was all
You know.
satanic? You know, that
Oh,
was
of
like
course.
Satan's tool.
just like
anyway.
Slayer was, and I was still rocking that shit. I don't give a damn. Anywho, this clip goes out to you D&D players. Rolling beautiful dice
up?
footages.
And Miss Morgan, don't worry
I
about
still
a
want
thing,
your
man.
dice
That's
when
what
you die.
sons are for. That's what mamas are for. Hell yeah, embarrass him, man.
This clip's gotta hit an ice.
They're used for the greatest game known to man.
Football.
Boy, you really are dumb. No wonder they fired you. It's for Dungeons and Dragons. 3.5. 4E, that's Hillary. No, 3.5 is huge. Everyone's playing it. I roll nothing but nat 20s. Hillary, critical fail.
Oh, it's like Game of Thrones, but for nerds.
Game of Thrones is for nerds.
No, actually, we took that back. Us cool people, we took Game of Thrones, just like we took the Marvel Cinematic Universe and all that stuff. Listen, man, it's 2019. That stuff isn't nerd stuff anymore, bro. You need to get with the times.
Well, at least we still got DC. But, boy, you're really strangleable sometimes.
Man, I'm just curious, okay? Like, check it out. Like, look. Like, okay, so the pointy one, right? So do you just, like, throw this at your opponent? Like, how do you score?
You don't score. Okay. You create your character. Your character gets experience for killing monsters, solving puzzles, doing dungeon dives, killing dragons, or doing them.
Can my character be a hoe?
Yeah.
Can my character kill the other characters and take their stuff?
Technically, yes, but frowned upon.
Wait. Can my character magically make his like humongous?
Holy you have played before.
So,
The dick is this way.
Fucking this big dog.
and of course, if you get on and watch this on Amazon Prime, it won't be censored or beeped.
Yeah.
Right,
no.
yeah, right, yeah.
It's full uncensored.
It will. It will be this big. I know.
Suddenly flooding
And
across
actually,
your
as a matter of
camera.
fact, we brought a specific clip that we've never shown before that I think matches Pull Getter and is uncensored.
We like uncensored for show.
By the way, the show is uncensored on Amazon Prime, so check it out uncensored there.
Yeah, you can't see our dicks.
And I do want to extend a
Exercise
gigantic
dick.
thank you to the Pull Getter people because thank you guys for having us out.
Yes,
Oh,
so
absolutely.
much, yes.
You
We
know,
appreciate you guys coming, especially y'all.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
dude, we're
man,
literally
thank y'all.
we're literally like a local band except up there with these people, and we're doing our damnedest to try and get the word out. And so everybody that takes us in and kind of gives us a chance to talk about it, like we appreciate the shit.
Absolutely, man. We can
Nice
talk
plug.
this stuff all day.
Man, do we appreciate it.
Are you familiar with Todd Jenkins and
Yes.
Billy Blair that did
Yes.
Cherokee Creek? We had
As a
them
matter
in
of fact-
October.
As a matter of fact, Billy Blair was going to play a role in my first movie, Project Galaxy.
Oh, yeah?
And unfortunately, we had a crew member that had issues with Blair, which I was unaware of. And this crew member turned out to be a real yeah, well,
We'll leave it at that.
needless to say, we found out why Blair had issues with him, and so
They were justified.
yeah, they very much were. But yeah, I love Billy Blair. I think he's a great actor. I saw him in Alita Battle Angel. I thought he was great. He's a good dude too. You know, and Todd Jenkins, I have talked to him briefly because he posted about how he got screwed by a distributor.
That's what I was gonna bring up and talk to you about.
Yeah, I could have been that guy too. And I'm glad I wasn't,
Using these third-party aggregators to handle the money
Yes.
and the logistics, and that
Yes.
was a lot through iTunes, so you're not even touching iTunes.
I don't give a shit about Apple at all, like, to be honest. I really don't. I'm not an Apple guy. I'm an Android guy. I'm a PC guy. I'm a Google guy. I'm a, Microsoft guy, I guess you'd say. Like, yeah.
I don't want to be a
I have to see it. I have to see what's down there now.
I'm sorry, that was all.
What the actual hell?
Smooth.
I can handle my cock. All right, anyway.
Was that a new one?
Heard
That one, I don't remember how to send out.
That wasn't
I wasn't expecting Jake to throw me that.
I didn't have
was
that
like,
one the last time I was here.
Gotcha.
This is what our crew is very good at, is taking serious topics and taking them like, that's how we do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I reached out to Todd Jenkins because he got royally fucked. He got royally fucked.
He did. He got fucked.
I mean, he
hard,
got
dude.
royally fucked, and it breaks my heart to see that happen to anybody. Excuse me, knowing what goes into these films. Yeah,
Right.
I know I'm burping my beer up, but I'm being serious.
No, but
like,
you're right. Man,
like, dude,
he put his heart and soul
I
into
personally
that.
know because when these guys get to go home at the end of the night, I go home to work.
Yeah,
I have to
staying
dump
up till
footage.
the
I have to
wee
color footage. I have to at least put it together enough that my audio guy can go in and look at it. So I'm not going to bed until like 3 to 4 to 5 hours after we have shot. And more often than not, my audio guy is there that whole time too.
Thankfully, James doesn't sleep to begin with, so this kind of works out.
I feel like it's because I'm old. I don't do drugs, so I just gotta be old.
You never slept.
Tell that to
when
your
we were
second
high.
I don't do drugs. you know.
Guilty. Whoa.
But so basically, the thing is, with Todd, like he went through a distributor, which is what we're all taught we're supposed to do.
Right.
And I almost did myself. And in fact, I can tell you right now, like you're the only person I've ever told this other than Sherman, and that includes you and everybody else.
PullGetter
I
exclusive.
almost had a deal with distributor myself. They were supposed to get us on Hulu, and
wow.
yeah, and I just something about it just seemed slimy to me, and I just didn't fucking sign on.
Wow.
And but I had it there. And we were in talks. Remember, I brought this up in a meeting, but I didn't say the specific company.
I know.
I brought it up in a meeting, and I was
talking
like, I think we should do this, but something about it is just wrong to me, and blah, 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 and this and that. I'm not saying I'm a genius, like I fucking figured it out or anything.
No,
because honest to God, we had all voted to do it. We had all voted to do it. We were like a week away, maybe 2 weeks away from doing it. Yeah. And the next thing you know, boom, they went bankrupt, and we're like, what the fuck? And then I'm watching Todd post about how they took all his shit. And I'm like, oh my fucking God.
I never.
In fact, I inboxed him and I was like, dude, go to Prime. And he rightfully said, like, well, Prime doesn't pay, which I agree. Mm-hmm. They don't, but at the same time, they can. Again, it comes down to if you're that local band and you get on a mainliner's thing, you maximize your mainliner shit. You got to come in with the right attitude. And I'm not saying that Todd doesn't come in with the right attitude.
Yeah. But you have to develop a rapport with these companies in a way.
Well, yeah, you have to prove yourself, basically. So, yes, it's not fair what we get paid. It's not.
But we're melodic.
But at the same time, we're up there with everybody else. We have an opportunity that nobody else has. And so it comes down to what is your mindset? What is your mindset? Is your mindset that this is not fucking fair, I don't want to do this? Or I have an opportunity, I want to make the best I can of it and do better next time.
Right.
So I choose that route. I believe he chooses that route too. But I also believe that Todd got fucked so hard that he's kind of like, and I don't want to speak for Todd, obviously,
Yeah.
But
you go back and watch the October.
But I feel like
show.
it's the same thing as it's the same thing as a guy that dated a beautiful girl and she fucked around on him and took him for all he's worth, and now he's like, God, everybody's gonna fuck me.
Yeah, once you've been there, it's real hard to think differently.
And I don't blame him
something else
because
can change.
I'm watching this happen and I'm like, dude, this shit affects me too. Like, I want to make sure that I can do something for my people, get us out there and all this stuff. So I watch closely what happens to Todd, and I watch closely what he does. I have respect for him. Mm-hmm.
Fucking Cherokee Creek, man. Awesome movie,
man,
wasn't it?
You know, I
greatness.
That's on Amazon Prime too, so check that out.
Yeah, definitely do that.
It's fucking great.
And I believe he got it on Vudu or something else too. Like I believe he's got it on a couple of platforms. Well, now that he owns it again, because distributor took all his rights. And I was so fortunate that I was able to basically harangue Amazon into taking us without a distributor. We're the only people I know in Dallas that got on Amazon without a distributor.
Totally independent.
But again, I don't know everybody in Dallas either. So maybe somebody else did too. I don't know.
Let us know. Dude,
I really do not mind if you
real.
message me, ask me, like I'm not on their side. I'm on our side. I'm on the artist side. I got on there. I'm nobody. If I got on there, then how the fuck did, how is nobody else on there? Because we did. And we did it with shitty cameras.
That we did.
For our first movie, at least. Now, our second release is doing much better. But at the same time, like, I don't want to see what happened to Todd happen to anybody. Right. That's terrible, man.
That was horrible.
Do you realize they're in bankruptcy? Like, they didn't just screw Todd. I mean, obviously. They screwed a lot of people across a lot of states.
Yeah.
And here's what people don't understand about the film industry. Netflix and the rest of them will not talk to you. You have to go through a distributor. It's like going through what? Aaron, you already know what I'm going to say. A Battle of the Bands promoted motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about?
Is that production
you know what I'm talking about?
still around?
Which one? Gorilla?
Yes. They are.
Yeah, wow, Jake, that wasn't very... He didn't hide it very well.
He said,
So the thing is...
It's just like that, yes.
Thing is, here you have filmmakers who can make films with cameras that we can rent and or buy. I bought mine, but you can rent them. That are quality enough to make it on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
But they will never talk to you because you have to go through a distributor. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, there's only a couple of distributors and they're unregulated. They're unregulated.
That's the problem.
Nobody looks at what they're doing. Nobody gives a fuck. Because nobody gives a fuck about you. Just like they don't in regular life or when you're a promoter or anything.
It used to be that the company making the movie would be that entity.
Well, yeah.
And now that it's almost like an agent.
Right.
That you
but as an agent, you don't even have a contract.
Right. That you got nothing to do with.
And so guess what happens to distributor?
Right now,
and by the way, how fucked up is this? Distributor was on license 2002. They had a 17-year history where they successfully actually did this shit. It's just this year they went broke.
They started fucking people over.
And when you look deep into it, what I've heard, I don't want to spread rumors. I heard that a lot of the employees that are there spent a lot of the money that was coming in without, counting what was coming in. You know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, they just left. And now the government is scrambling to take hold of who was part of this and who did what. And it's such a myriad of fuckery.
Mess,
it might as well be Epstein did kill himself.
Dude,
you know
myriad of fuckery. Good band name.
It's just scary to
never
think. And
killed
it doesn't
himself.
matter what you do
song.
as an
The
artist.
song,
There
yeah,
always
right.
has to be a middleman between you and anything else that you have to do, unless you're completely independent.
And that's
which
why
is extremely expensive, extremely time consuming. There's a lot of heart and soul that goes into.
You literally
being
just
completely
nailed
independent.
why sometimes I show up on set exhausted and angry. Because I am the only person I know right now that got a deal with Amazon without a distributor. You know what I mean? And that to me is the first step. I don't want a distributor ever. I really don't. I've seen what happens to people that use them. And it's sad because guess what? These companies won't even listen without a distributor. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'll fly out to California. I got the money to do it. I'll go to Netflix's headquarters and I'll sit there with my fucking laptop and I'll play the show over and over until somebody listens to me. I'm not going to spend money on a distributor to put us out there and rob us. Because guess what? The particular distributor we're talking about? Yeah, distributor, Distribber for anybody watching. They charge you.
Saying it wrong.
They charge you. No, it's literally it. They charge you $5,000 to submit your shit to another service.
Wow.
And that's just to submit it. They make no promises, and they rolled out with how many people's money?
Yeah.
How many people's money? Todd among them. And how much money did Todd's movie make? Dude, he promoted it so hard that it was number one on iTunes. It was number one on iTunes in horror. And he didn't see a dime. He didn't see a dime from it. You know how fucked up that is?
Yeah.
That's fucked up,
I'm not
dude.
even gonna lie. I would boohoo.
Yeah. I'm not even
I'm
not even deep friends with Todd. I
You're
might
passionate
have shaken his
about
hand
cause.
one time. I don't know. But I'm saying right now, as a brother that does this, man, that's fucked up.
It's bullshit.
And it could have been me. It could have been me. And I'm glad it wasn't.
Anyone in? All of y'all.
Yeah.
Any of us, dude. And it wasn't. And I'm glad. And
well, I mean, music, podcast, what the hell ever.
That's what I'm saying.
Anybody.
And so now,
anybody's doing
but
to
now,
try
what
to-
do
to try to
independents
do
do?
their shit.
What do independents do with their films? What do they do with them?
They're like, fuck it,
Because we
rip your
can't.
porn.
Rarely what
You know?
I mean,
let's
really
fuck
what
that
you
way.
see anymore is just people going to independent film festivals.
You know what that costs?
But yeah, but it
Oh,
also
yeah.
costs the independent filmmakers money, and it's just it's turning into a
If you
you
wanna-
screw the little guy no matter what. Like the little guy never really.
If you want to enter, like,
It's art now.
if you want to enter like the film festivals, like the big ones, like the ones in France, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna spend $4 or $5 just entry fee, and it's their way of barring anybody they feel isn't worthy.
Yeah, it weeds out
You know what I
the,
mean? Exactly.
the bullshit right off
Exactly. But when you're capable of producing something that goes on there next to the big times, and you get screwed out of that, and you get screwed out of whatever you would have earned. Maybe Todd would have taken his, $5 or $10 or whatever he made. I don't know what he would have made. Maybe he would have taken whatever he made, and when you're number one on iTunes, I assume you're going to get paid. He might have taken that and entered a festival. And then at that festival, he might have gotten looked at by somebody
by a
else.
spotter or whatever
Or by,
they're called.
yeah, anybody,
whatever
you
they're
know.
called. I say
What
spotter.
Well, it's just like
What's up?
South by Southwest now. It's
You
a
give me
totally, it's totally made illegitimate the up and comer and all of that. The underdog.
Right.
It's all
But
fucking corporate now.
It
Yeah,
really
it's
makes you
corporate.
wonder. You're
Pay to
talking
play.
about,
Yeah.
it really bars
Unfortunately,
anyone
Ride for
like
Dime's the same
with
way
their
now.
bullshit,
Oh,
as you
man.
I
said.
do the ring finger.
But
Sorry to be a
what,
dick.
what
Yo,
is
that's what
what
I
is
heard.
qualified as
it
bullshit?
out
Not good enough equipment. Like
I'm
what
down
really,
to talk about that for a second.
Not
market
qualified
is
as money. Revenue.
Yeah. So what about?
Yeah.
I mean, but all the greatest classics come from bullshit, as it has been quoted.
Yeah, we
in
just
this
said Evil Dead and
conversation.
shit like that earlier.
The Night of the Living Dead.
But anywho,
All these things.
that's what we go through.
Ah.
Casey's right. We should not dwell on this because this gets deep into negatives, and it's really
Hey,
things.
I
that,
got a
you know,
positive. I got a positive. Everybody, titties. Everybody's happy now.
The bottom line is don't start a band and don't make a movie for money.
No,
Yeah.
never.
Yes.
If you want to be creative,
Do it
prepare to be
because you
broke.
love it,
And
not
that goes
because
back
you
to the
want
original
money.
question you asked me about season 2. Well, yeah,
Okay.
Amazon's already approved it.
Right
But
on.
the thing is, can I afford it and do I have the people? And so to me, I told everybody, if this doesn't make money, I don't expect you to come back and do it again. And I was like, well, and that's kind of the response I've gotten from a lot of people is, I don't give a shit. We're going to do it anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm like, okay, it's only going to take one pop off. One of the right people to see it. One of an executive to see it. One of anything.
And that's why I
And-
keep doing this.
I mean, yeah, it may not happen. But most of the crew we have,
Well, it took
don't
Letterkenny
give a shit,
like
man.
5 or 6 seasons
Really?
to get fucking recognized.
That's true.
and so it was the same for It's Always Time in Philadelphia. And when they finally got a budget, what'd they do? They spent it on Danny DeVito. So
that was brilliant. That was brilliant.
It worked.
By the way, do you mind
Best
if I
choice.
steal some of your crown there? Because
That's what it's out for, man.
I hate to
Help
just-
yourself.
I
You know,
want to
take-
try this one right here.
Yeah, what's
Yeah,
what's
that?
in that bottle?
Oh,
what is
that?
that?
It's
Rye.
rye whiskey.
Yeah, I gotta try some of
Oh
that.
my goodness.
So yeah. help
Oh yeah,
yourself,
pour
y'all.
me a little sifter of that.
We could drink
I wanted to get into
I ain't mixing out.
how you did do the
Literally fuck up,
casting and
bro.
how you
Probably
came,
Start mixing all
how you did the casting and found people. I know you brought in your friends, obviously people you've known for years you could trust, but was there any kind of actual casting call where you had to put out there?
Yes, there was.
Show up
as a matter
here.
of fact. And funny enough, since we do so many projects, that a lot of the casting calls I put out were for movies I was doing, and I ended up grabbing people from the movies
Gotcha.
to do this. And casting calls are fun to me. I have met so many. Like, okay, so I'm a huge cooking person. I love to cook. That's, yeah.
We all love food.
Yeah. Everybody loves food. Come on. And so I've watched so many food shows on Food Network, I guess. And so I always watch when these chefs come up and they try to tell somebody like Gordon Ramsay or somebody like that. They're like, oh yeah, I cook this way. And they're like, oh, it's bollocks or whatever. It's hilarious to me. And so, doing these kind of like, I've done a couple of them where I've had like 10 to 15 people show up. And they're all, some of them are kind of weird and some of them are kind of just awkward. And you kind of run an audition the best you can. But yeah, at the end of the day, it sucks to say I've generally gone with my friends, which I admit I have done that. I admit that.
Man, we had some weird.
But I have a lot of great actors that audition, like Thomas, Crystal,
Quincy.
Lau, Quincy. Yeah, they're
Quincy. Yeah.
Well, our mutual
Quincy,
friends.
the guy that plays the cop in the show.
Yeah.
Never met him before in my life. He met me at Brain Dead Brewery in Deep Ellum one day. I had a beer.
Little skinny dude rides a motorcycle?
No.
Oh.
And so he's one of the best actors we have now.
Yeah, he's
shockingly
Quincy,
good.
yeah.
Shockingly good.
Quincy is the one who's the.
He's fantastic.
He's the cop.
Cop. Sorry.
He's the cop.
I asked because I have a friend named Quincy and that acts.
Yeah, Quincy plays the cop in the thing. So it's man, auditioning is something because you just I've seen, for example, okay.
I can't believe he lets me.
Well, does it take like a whole day? Do you budget a weekend over it? Like
yeah, a lot of times,
time-wise?
yeah. And by the way, every weekend you lose is a weekend you lose.
Right.
Like I tell people all the time, there's only 52 weeks in the year.
Yeah.
So stop thinking about a year and start thinking in your mind, I have 52 chances to make something.
Good point.
Because most people work 9 to 5 on the week, and they're not gonna they're damn sure not gonna go home and work on shit.
Yeah, I'm
after
one of
they
the
get
few
off work.
assholes with a normal
I
job
do,
schedule.
but most
I don't
people
know.
don't.
I put 54
You know?
weeks in it, but whatever. You know.
Heard that leap year shit. But yeah, you got 52 weeks. So
The
every
Mexican
time
drive,
you
okay.
waste a weekend, then you waste a weekend. We have no weekends where we don't shoot. Literally none.
Oh, really?
We're shooting.
You're shooting this
But you
weekend?
also got
We're shooting
fucking
tomorrow.
next weekend?
Oh yeah.
Wow, right
Oh yeah.
on.
But the thing is, though, you also
And sometimes we do multiple shoots. We'll shoot Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday, and Sunday.
And
Now,
you
do
get
the
some-
projects ever overlap? Like we're shooting
Yes.
the movie from 10 to 12. And
Oh, constantly.
Oh, there are
Constantly.
days
Yeah.
where we have shot like one thing and then turn right back around, drive a couple miles, and we're shooting a completely different thing.
Yeah.
And then
Wow.
think about the storms we had
Yeah.
this early summer and everything. That fucked a lot of
Yeah,
stuff
Right,
a
up.
lot of
tornadoes,
shit, too,
all
Yeah,
that shit.
yeah.
All
It's-
day. Yeah.
You don't think about that. Even in Project Galaxy, we have one scene where it starts raining, and we made it through that shoot somehow with umbrellas. But further down over there, like way out more east Texas, I forget the town, that's where they had a deadly tornado at the same time. We're on the
yeah.
outskirts of that
Yeah.
storm.
Quit going back to
we remember that, yeah.
Dude, Funny Money.
But-
Funny Money's the awesome show. It's the best show. We never had.
But-
Funny Money's fine.
It was the best show. The
Project
show that's
Gal-
going to be the
It's
best
big
show.
league.
Project
We didn't
Galaxy
have
is a
any
goddamn
problems.
experience.
There was
We
nothing
trekked
like
up snowy hills,
that. The
bare
best show
feet.
you ever
I
gonna
can
see.
say for my part, like I'm not a casting director.
Wait till you see season 2.
Casting directors are trained to kind of find
Huge.
people, I guess you would say.
Right.
For me, all I looked for was literally people that seemed comfortable, that read their lines with comfort, and that kind of like I could sit there and look at them and be like, okay, I can believe you on camera.
Okay.
And so, I had good actors show up, and I was like, I don't buy it. And I've had people that are like, dude, you're a janitor at the high school, but I buy it. You know what I mean? So, again, that's my flawed, it's not my job to cast, I feel like, but I'm stuck with it. So, because we're a small time production. So for me, when you're going to casting, man, honestly, take a second and just like give some of your personality, because most directors and screenwriters, and a lot of times they're the same person. They're looking for somebody particular to play a character, and it may not be how you read the lines. It may be how you hang out otherwise. You know what I mean? Like, it may be just how you have a beer with me.
Yeah, that's interesting. So when you see somebody, do you give them a line to read for, like a character to read for, or do you hand them the script and they decide who they associate with?
I drink with them.
Okay.
That's my thing.
Well, it's like me, dude.
And some
I'm
of
worth
them,
like 3
you know,
actors, so.
some of them don't
Yeah,
drink.
like-
So
Yeah.
some of them don't drink. So if they don't drink, then I'll have a drink and I'll get them a Coke or something, and we'll chat.
And Nick Cannon of fucking actors.
Yeah.
I don't fucking drink, but I'm gonna fucking act.
It happens. It happens. So
I'm not
if
gonna
they
fucking do my lines. What is the Jim Belushi of actors? I'm not gonna fucking read my lines. I'm just gonna speak them.
whether they drink or don't, I'll hang out with them beforehand, and I can already get a sense of you beforehand, and so I know who you are, and if I know who you are, then I know if you're capable of playing a character, and so at that point I'll give them lines based on what I think they can handle, I guess you would say, because I know my script inside and out.
Right.
So I have several versions of lines I want to hear, and it has changed my mind before. In fact, our second film, which we haven't released yet, originally did not have half the shit in it that it before I cast Ravi. And Raviteja Chiruguru, I believe I said it right.
No, you did not.
That sounded like you had a few drinks for it.
Chiruga 2. Sorry.
I don't even know how to pronounce his last name.
His name is Raviteja Chirugga 2. It's 2, not Ru. All right,
I call
sorry.
Robbie.
So Texan.
Ravi,
So
yeah.
fucking.
So I'm casting for this film, and Ravi shows up. He's Indian guy. His accent is pretty harsh. And just meeting him and seeing him and getting to know him over like 10 minutes before we even read, I was like, man, this guy could do it. And by the way, everybody told me I was an idiot. Everybody.
I didn't.
My co-actors, fucking like everybody involved in IJU, my second film, said this was the dumbest thing I've ever done. They're like, we can't understand him.
didn't say that.
I don't know what the fuck. You
I
were
believed in you.
half
I hold that
involved,
line.
bro. And by the way, shh, I'm busy. So it turned out to change the entire script. It did. I actually went home and rewrote around this guy before I even told him that he was the guy.
Wow.
And then so I had him back another time to read what I rewrote, and it was perfect. And I was like, yeah, this is how it's going to be. And, you know, I wait till you see it, is all I'm going to say. Wait till you see it, because it's unorthodox, but I feel like he was the man for the job, and he wasn't what I expected for the job. And you want to be flexible that way, because to me, all that matters is the story is told properly. It doesn't matter who tells it or why or where or whatever fucking accent you have. You know, the guy killed it. He killed it.
Honestly, seeing the rough edit, he did a really good job. Especially being a foreign actor and all that, Indian and everything. It adds quite a bit of depth to the actual storyline. I'm not going to spoil anything and all that.
It does. I literally changed the script for it.
Yeah,
Like, I did. I
It
changed
works
aspects
really
of the script for
fucking
it, yeah.
good. I mean, I was really surprised when I saw the rough edit. I'm like, we made something good.
Hell yeah.
God, that's always nice when people are surprised to do good. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Literally me. When I pull something
Yeah.
off, I'm like, oh wow, I did it.
Oh, yeah, like
heck
every
yeah.
single shoot we've
Every
been
shoot,
on.
I'm like, oh, I did it.
Dude, when we first started doing Funny Money, I actually had a fucking accent for my character.
oh my God, hang on. I'm seeing this through the window. Can you play that zombie clip there? Sure. See where it's dark and it's me and Brandon?
Is that the next clip anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because-
let's get on to the next clip.
If you don't mind, because that's her handiwork, by the way. with
Yeah,
the zombies
yeah,
and
we got to
stuff.
get Robin and Dakota.
And so to cue this one up,
Mad props.
in our third episode, and this is spoiler alert, right? Third episode is a dream episode where the main characters drug themselves and they dream that they're in a zombie apocalypse. And so they get to live out their wildest fantasies. The first character wants to kill his boss. The second character, me, wants to kill his band that fired him. So what you're seeing now is the band shows up as zombies, and obviously I get to live out my, fantasies, if you will.
That was
She
our-
did all the
that-
makeup and everything.
That was
in
the
this.
craziest
She did
shit
all
we
the,
did.
and this was the 16-hour shoot we did in the barn where it's hot as
It
fuck.
Yeah.
was crazy because
Oh my
as
God.
a makeup artist, usually when you do multiple gunshot wounds, you're supposed to use blood scripts, which are explosives. But you cannot use explosives
Legally,
if you don't
you
have a
can't. Without a-
license
yeah,
and you
permit
don't
and
have
all
a
that.
fire department
We'll
there.
chat about that.
And
No, I'm kidding.
literally, we had to do it with a garden
Sorry,
hose
Amazon.
sprayer and hopes and dreams. So enjoy that.
I wouldn't have
And
told
we-
my local fire station about it at all.
Well, we were in Seagoville.
My brother-in-law is a firefighter. He's like,
Hey! Hey, us!
yeah! 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 Finish him off.
Yes, sir! Like an NRA fat party, by guy.
Man, people like you, I need background checks and red
Oh, is
flag
he in
gun
town?
laws.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Background check? I need no damn background check. My birthright.
Cleaver.
Given me by Jesus, George Washington Christ, by God.
He got picked for that Judas Priest band or something, so he's coming up here and, yeah.
You know what? George Washington was a patriarchal terrorist.
Oh, I'm gonna shut you down right there. George Washington was the greatest American ever.
George Washington was British.
Spicy, though. Everybody know that. Americans, just spicy British.
spicy British. Not everything is a chicken sandwich.
Oh, by God, it could be. Put a little mayonnaise on it. Little cheese topping.
Nobody likes cheese topping except people in Philadelphia.
Some Spam, by God. Potato salad on the side. Oh, God, I'm getting hot. Oh, I'm gonna have them barbecue chips. And beer on the straight out the mother fridge. Oh, God, 32 degrees.
Stop it. The mayonnaise is warm.
Don't matter about mayonnaise. Warm, hot, cold, frozen. I'm sick about him, by God.
I hope you have more assault clips.
Oh, just wait till we get my next stash.
Zombies in a dream sequence.
Yes.
Yeah, you use. Real quick, Cleaver. Yeah, come on over and crash this party, homie.
Isn't that the episode where you guys ad-libbed?
Wait a minute, is that Klaus?
Yeah.
Get out of here! I love Klaus.
Yeah, buddy. So come on over.
I used to jam with their band, not jam with them, but like I've done shows with Klaus. Like those kids, they fucking they're metal badasses. Like
all grown up now.
Oh yeah, I know. They're all grown up having babies.
They used to be like this big, and now they're that big, and they got kids.
Yeah.
Gotta do shout outs to Beard.
Oh, we gotta do shout outs to everybody. Take it away. Take it away, man.
Gotta fucking do shout outs to Beard, or fucking audio fucking wizard, or fucking dude. We call him wizard, but the fucking guy looks like a fucking hippie ass wizard.
And by the way, Beard will be in the next clip, which will be the final clip we get to play, which is our new clip, Pull Getter exclusive. But we do want to shout out Beard because of this particular reason to me. He works 9 to 5.
Very much.
And it's not even 9 to 5. Lots of it's like 8 to 6, 8 to 7.
Say it.
And he comes home because he rents a room for me, right? But he also uses my computer and he edits all our audio. And he'll come home after working all fucking day and edit all night and go to bed. Like religiously.
And he's one of the fucking funniest fucking guys.
You gotta realize every piece of audio you hear on every show we do was done by him. Like, he doesn't get nights off.
He fixed all my
You know what I mean? Like, I don't get nights off, but he doesn't get
You got
nights
a deaf
off.
guy doing audio on a TV show? I'm doing the best I fucking can with the boom
And
mic.
sometimes, if we don't get audio on set because the planes are too loud or dogs are too loud...
God damn planes and dogs.
Beard has to, like,
Jesus.
schedule people to come to the house on his time off and record them doing
Voiceovers.
ADR over.
Shout out to the world's longest
ADR.
plane.
So,
Dude,
to be honest,
look.
like, dude, Beard fucking is the other unsung MVP, man.
And
If
look,
I was gay,
he's fucking one. He sits in the fucking writers' meeting, doesn't say shit, but we play off him so fucking hard that he becomes that funniest character. Didn't say a fucking word, man. It was like
Beard will give
and he'll
like one sentence
and, he'll
and you
say
listen.
It. He'll
You know
fucking
what I
say it.
mean?
He's like, "Yeah, man, I don't think I really fucking should show up for those fucking writing meetings because I don't really say anything." You know? It's like, dude, I was like, but we wrote it all around you. Yeah. I was like, you gotta be there, otherwise, like,
Think about this.
The whole vibe's messed
How many
up.
friends do you have? How many friends do you have where they don't say anything ever, and when they do, you actually listen? That's Beard.
Not Aaron.
Yeah, they're few and far between.
He's
Beard is our silent bomb.
He's like a Yoda.
But yeah, I know
Yoda
what you're
shows up
talking
and he says
about,
that
absolutely.
one fucking line. Oh,
And
do
I have-
this, do
I have
that,
the
don't
ultimate-
say. I was like, dude, I was like, fucking Beard, man.
I have
Fuck,
the
dude. Like,
ultimate
He's a
compliment.
genius.
I have the ultimate compliment from Beard because he way surpassed what I can do on audio. Way surpassed.
No, he's good. He's good.
And I'm damn good at everything I do. That's what I do.
So did he go to
No,
school
but I only
for
took
it?
audio to
Oh,
assist.
just self-taught
No.
himself?
Self-taught.
Yeah,
dude,
A
look,
lot of
we
us
were
are
doing
No,
self-taught.
me and him work together every night. Like,
it's not
fucking
even
learning
that,
shit.
man, dude. We were doing the fucking zombie episode, and there was a scene where me and my buddy, fucking Chris, Chad, were doing the fucking zombie walk, and he was doing our feet. And I was like, dude, and we were just kind of doing it, and he was like, how about we do it again? I was like, what the fuck do you mean? He was like, why don't you act like you're fucking dead, you know, like act. I was like, what the fuck, my feet? You want my fucking feet to act? Okay, how about this? How about this, Beard? I did that. He's like, yeah, like yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
They look good.
Genius.
Casey, true story,
I'll say
in
this.
that scene, he has a shot of your feet exclusively in that episode of you dead walking for Beard.
He fucking pushed it, dude. He made it be the fucking that real director, dude. Because he was like, how about you act like you're fucking dead? I was like, what the fuck are you doing to my feet? You want my feet to act? He's like, yeah, make your fucking feet act. I was like,
Here's the cool thing about Beard is not only did he take everything I taught him and take it to a level where I can't follow. I can't do what Beard does. I can't. I'm actually. That's one of the most uncomfortable things I feel is, you know, because obviously I want to be able to do everything.
Well, aside from anal, right? It's delicious.
Really? I obviously want to do everything, and not being able to do something is uncomfortable to me. It takes a level of trust that I'm just not used to trusting anybody with, but I trust Beard. And so this kid has gone from literally not knowing shit about anything and just being a bass player in a band to putting his own money in, and now we have professional like boom gear. And he's talking about shit I don't understand what the fuck he's talking about.
Fucking really.
And I walk in sometimes, and he's working on the audio, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, I've got to." I'm like, I'm gonna go make a sandwich
you just gotta
or whatever,
trust
right?
him,
You do your shit, and like I've trusted this kid. He's great at it. He's got a sense of humor, and he gets it.
He's like a
You know what I'm saying?
retarded
Like,
genius. It's fucking weird, dude. Like,
no, dude, it's
like
just
the Rain
quiet.
Man?
He's so quiet that people
weird,
assume,
man.
you
Like,
know.
'cause he look. It's just like that from a fucking. He'll be off, like doing something else or whatever. He's like, we just got to do this pickup scene. And like, Beard's gonna take care of it, and we're sitting there with him. And he's like, man, and I was like, why? I was like, he really did that out loud.
Yeah,
and that's crazy. I was like, I read that.
Yeah,
I read it. You do that. I was like, you did that out loud. I was like, man. He's like, man. He's like. Your fucking feet are neck. I was like, dude, this is now Beard's very accurate.
He's very direct.
On
Yeah.
set is if Beard laughs at something that you say. If Beard laughs,
it's funny. Yeah,
that's why
yeah.
I constantly crack my jokes.
I don't know.
I agree
Pretend
with that.
like your feet are acting, dude. That's the
Right
only thing I
on
could
Beard.
ever remember. He's like, pretend like your feet are acting. I'm like,
Well, Beard sends me actual videos about, you know, doing proper audio and stuff like that. No, the guy has it down.
Well,
he
not
is
only does he have
anal
it down,
retentive
but
as hell. He
people
is a
realize
true
this,
goddamn bass player. He's like, you do it the fucking this
People
way,
realize this,
and this is the way it should be done.
He took it over and made it his own. And now, like, he learned from me editing video. Like, he's doing all kinds of shit. He's streaming games. He's streaming his band.
Yeah? No.
You know, like, he's
talented motherfucker,
dude. And like I said, he showed up to that fucking writers meeting. He was like, man, I don't think I fucking should be here, dude. I'm not really fucking contributing shit. I was like, dude, we just fucking wrote a whole fucking scene around you.
I think we
You
can all
didn't
take
say
a page
shit,
from Beard's
man.
book on being proactive
Just you
in
being
the way
here,
we
we wrote
grow
a whole-
as people and
Yeah.
as cast and crew members.
But I will say this,
We've
like,
had Beard
I've
there.
had to, in the last week, I actually locked the computer out. Which is the first time I've done that. The dude built his own computer and needed a break. He needed a fucking break. Because you can't work 5 days a week, you know, like, literally sun up to sundown, and then drive through Dallas traffic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To get home and then go straight to work and then go to bed. You can't do that every day. You can't do that every day. That's insane. And on top of that, to add, like, your weekends are filled with. Now you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Y'all remember the weekends we've done?
Yes.
Bro, that's Beard's weekends. That's his fucking weekends. So he literally works all week to just work all weekend. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Heard.
It's a magical place to be. Like, when you're living and
We can't, though,
there's
so we
always
got a
a
new clip.
moment where you're like, I work so hard, and like for things to finally come together and shape up and kind of
Right.
come into the spotlight where
Well, the cool thing
you've
about Beard
been
is
so
he
excited about.
fucking loves this. He
Yeah.
wants to do this.
And you can tell.
I asked him because this is the end of our 5-year plan. I had a 5-year plan about films, and this is the end of that. Because my funding can only go so far. At some point, I have to actually, like, you know, retire and like worry about myself.
Retired? Is that a real thing?
I could not spend thousands of dollars doing this. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But you see what I'm saying? But Beard is the one. He's the one person that's been like, dude, I'm not gonna quit. Let's go. And I'm like, dude, we've done several projects. We haven't gotten shit out of it. He's like, I don't give a fuck because he knows, like me, it only takes one.
And he's in this.
Yeah.
He's in this next clip.
Before the last clip,
He
though,
is
like
indeed in this next clip, and that's
quick-
why it sets it up perfectly.
quick shout out, dude, fucking to Ben. Awesome, one of our actors.
Oh yeah, probably because this is probably the end of it.
Our lady actor is
And
Madison.
thank you so much. like,
who we got?
Oh, we have so many shout outs
We'll
to
come
do.
back. We'll come back after it, and we'll close out.
You want to do that?
Cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Do
watch the
shout-outs?
scene, come back,
Okay.
and
so
do
this next clip is never been seen before unless you have the actual Prime membership and you've seen the show. If you have not, this has never been seen. And I brought this particular clip because Pull Getters,
thank you,
band members, right? Yeah. Pantera
Yeah.
fans, right?
Yeah.
I brought this clip particularly from Pull Getters because I felt like, and I know this is going to sound so wrong to so many people, I felt like it came out of 3 Watch It Go, which as a kid, to me, I fucking loved that video. Like
teenagers, come on, man.
I said as a kid, goddamn, what do you want from me?
All of us watched it, loved
Dude,
it. Dude,
Pantera 3 Watch It Go video, I thought was so funny.
Yeah.
I thought it was so funny.
Loved it.
And I was a giant Pantera fan, and so like, you know, when we shot this scene, a lot of what we wrote into the first couple episodes are about the funny was about 2 things. It's about strip clubs. It's about being in a band. And Casey Jones. Fuck, it's about 3 things.
A little bit of Casey Jones.
It's about 2 things. See what I'm saying? And then maybe a 3rd thing. But
From the waist down.
This next clip goes out to everybody that's in a band.
Yes.
Because I feel like everybody that's in a band is going to relate to this, even though it's going to be disgusting, which is what we do.
Say it loud.
So yeah,
we got this.
Roll that shit.
All right, let's check it out, Pam.
Band members, there you go.
Show me funny money.
Tim, Chaz sent me.
Chaz. Oh! The DJ! Hey, what's that boy want? Want to get a Becker cut in his zipper and need some tweezers to get it out, by God?
Actually, man, he's fairly decently hung.
Decently hung. Were you from California? What you doing dick gazing there, Bigfoot?
Dick gazing, man. No, he used to be in our band.
I'm gonna need to get a snack if I'm at the sit here and listen to this sappy love story.
Whatever, man. Are you guys gonna eat that straight?
Yeah. How is she supposed to eat mayonnaise? Should I put on a hot dog, you call me? Maybe you want me to... Maybe you like it better if it was on the DJs.
Man, it's not like that. Like I said, he used to be in my band.
What the hell's that got to do with private people?
Look, man, everyone who's been in a band, you see each other's dicks. It's just gonna happen, man. It's like Thanos. It's inevitable.
Yeah. Whatever you say there, Soy Squatch.
Oh, we're back? All right.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see it also.
It's inevitable.
Like where we come in.
Yeah.
Beard's that fucking.
I feel like Aaron feels what I'm talking about.
Dude, Beard's fucking like ring to.
Stick.
Dude, Beard's ring to his fucking voice. It's just like. The
funny thing is, like, all the bands I've been in, it's like most of the
hypnotic,
singers
bro.
are always like, yeah, you're gonna see my dick. So it ended up in the script.
Unfortunately, not all of y'all. Those two have seen a lot of my dick, but I've never seen either one of y'all's dicks. So it is.
My favorite line of the entire show is
Would you dig is there Bigfoot? I know.
Like, that is my favorite line from the whole show. I laugh every time.
Dude, when I wrote that, I was dying. Like,
when that gets subtitled, I'm
yeah.
gonna screenshot that exact line and I'm gonna start using it as a reaction.
Yeah.
On
Here's
Facebook.
a fun.
Here's
a fun little known clip. Little known fact is that when I write these, when I was writing them, I went to bars and I did everybody's voice. Because I couldn't write them without, and Sergio, he did the voice, yes, of course. And so, like, I'm doing voices, and these motherfuckers are looking at me across the bar like, Jesus Christ,
I will
what's
say
wrong with this guy?
This is actually very fun to do, because I've done acting sessions where I do like 2 or 3 different voices along with, hey, I'm kind of Italian over here, Big Lou voice. And it's pretty fucking fun.
It's fun, man, like, dude. So I was just cracking up doing this fucking voice. And sure enough, like, I was doing this, I was trying to write this scene, and fucking the next thing I'm coming with Clyde, I was like, what you doing, old dick gazing there? And I was like, what's going to be funny with dick gazing? I was like, oh my God, he called him Bigfoot earlier.
Yeah.
You said
what you doing dick gazing there, Bigfoot? And it's fucking, and Brandon, to his credit, just kills it.
Brandon nails that country
But
accent
there you go.
every time.
There you go.
By God.
By God.
By God, there you go.
We had a rough draft little script thing or whatever, little, insert and all that introduced Kid Rock into all that and everything. And that's what Brandon was like, dude, I'm doing the whole Kid Rock thing.
Dude, one day
I heard him
I
whistling
want to
or
pay
something.
Kid Rock to come be in an episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even for like 10
And it's
seconds,
like,
that'd be
'cause
amazing.
I can do with some
Expensive
redneck.
episode ever.
I know, right? Like
Yeah.
the most, literally
Alright.
10 seconds of Kid Rock, like 10
I can
grand.
do some redneck.
It's like he didn't even ask for money. He asked for fucking oxygen.
He
from
didn't
all
give
the-
his line.
From all the actors.
He
He's
just
like,
walked
you
in
can
the
only
scene and
breathe
walked
2
out.
times. You can only breathe 3 times on my show for 60 seconds.
Heard that.
Let's get him as a cameo for Dr. Phil, though. Have you
Woof.
seen those memes?
Shout
Yeah,
out
Dr.
to our actors.
No,
Okay.
Yeah, shout out
If
to
you don't mind,
everybody.
yeah, if you don't
I know
mind.
one's
Hang
person
on.
we can get. No,
Hang on.
we're-
We're going to give a shout outs. I am going to, shout out to Suffer the Human Condition, Tim Beard's band,
Yep.
which is a metal ass band.
Wait a minute,
Pull
that's
Getter
Beard's
fans
band?
would
Yes.
love his shit. Dude,
That's
yeah.
fucking righteous.
That's
Bro,
some
I didn't
between
know-
the
If
I
you
didn't
have
know
not
what band he was
seen,
in,
dude.
if you have not seen them
Yeah.
live, they fucking kill it.
They're technically-
No, I know
Like
they
you'll
do.
see Beard is a demon on stage. It's not the same.
Yeah, one of my friends, shout out to Josh.
Man.
He
You know
used
what
to
do you
send
know
me
about
videos
Suffer?
for-
Like you know something?
Yeah.
What
one
a
of my-
small world. What the fuck?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I never got to play with him. I
band.
wanted to. I had sort of a shot before the band fell apart.
What band were you in?
Tyrannus. We didn't.
Okay.
We didn't quite make it. We fell apart
Yeah.
right before we did. If you guys know,
Oh, welcome
Ethan
to all
Massey,
bands.
Yeah. If you guys know Ethan Matthew and
Let
his
me show
band's
you American
Dispositions.
Lab Rat. Right
Ethan Massey is he in fucking? Thought he was in like.
Is it not Dispositions? I might have it wrong. I'm sorry, Ethan. Man, it's been a minute.
Okay.
But
fair enough.
the band that he's with right now, we played a show at the Rail, and before all the shit that happened with the Rail.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that.
Yeah, back when the crew was still together.
We're supposed to be wrapping this show up. We can't get into all that.
Yeah, I can't do this whole story. Anyway, I know
So
that
Beard.
band.
We've already overran his hospitality here. Like,
No, you guys go ahead.
Man.
Thank you to all the girls,
Your
boys,
audio
crew,
fucking awesome,
actors,
motherfucker.
like,
Hang on, moving on. Go
Big
on.
ass titties.
Shout outs.
Oh.
Shoutouts. Molly, Madison, Lau, Beard's not here, Tack's not here,
Brandon.
Chris is not
Literally
here,
Brandon's
Brandon's
here,
not
bro.
here.
Ben.
Yeah, nobody's here.
Everybody else in the cast is not here.
Ben.
But we
Ben
love
Davis
you.
fucking-
You're amazing at what
Fucking
you
man.
do.
Yeah.
Rick.
Keep doing it.
Sorry,
Yeah.
send to Rick.
Between, I mean, I know that for
John
all the
Milas.
people at the table, at least,
Damon.
it doesn't matter if we get paid. We do it because we love it.
Yeah.
See,
It
and
doesn't
so,
matter.
and
here
so
'cause we
therefore,
want his name.
we can look at what's right
I mean,
here.
it'd be cool to get paid, but it's not a make or
I owe
break.
myself. Shout out to Suffer the Human Condition Beards Band. I will shout out to Damon who flew in from
Yes.
Florida for us
That's what I'm
and
saying.
did a whirlwind shoot with Madison and Rick and Cody and CJ. Shout out to all you guys
That's my-
for
Shout out
making
to
it
y'all
happen.
for being here.
It's very
problem.
difficult to fly somebody in and have like
And fuck them.
what?
Another thing.
What? And fuck them.
Well, that was
What?
part, that was part of the
Secrets.
writers.
No, to fly somebody in from Florida,
What are you gonna do?
especially, and where we had I had limited time with the bars that we shot with them, so it all went well. The limo went well. Shout out to Chris, who got us a limo.
Tony
Banging
Gaga,
on out,
Rough
yeah.
Sex, everybody in Rough
These
Sex.
guys who came from China.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's on the back of my neck. Made in.
You guys, shout outs.
This band,
Do it.
PGA,
Shout
this
out,
stuff,
PGA.
this is awesome.
PGA is Pull Getter Association.
And guess what?
Really,
And to thank the most
Christ
people of all,
almighty.
me.
All right, fair enough. CJ.
My mom.
Hi, Mom.
You already know what I'm into.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
we're all
God.
fucked.
Thank you, Jesus. I'm appreciative of my mama.
To quote Sasha Grey, it's like, I've had a really bad deep throat session. I can't talk right now.
And I do want to thank you. Thank you for taking
Oh,
the
thank
time.
you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you
Hey,
for coming all
we
this
go,
way.
dude. My buddy James.
James. Woo.
James.
Absolutely.
do that shit.
I hope.
Without this,
Cheers.
without this,
Yes.
So it's Funny Money on Amazon Prime right now, and look for the next few episodes coming around April. And I hope you guys come back after you finish them episodes and this other movie and your other projects. Come back and keep us updated on everything you
Dude,
got going
if you
on.
would have us when we were about to release our second half of the season, I'd be fucking honored. Like,
Oh, okay. Like,
believe me, I'll bring the first trailer to you guys first.
Sure, man, you got
all
it.
day long.
Well, we'll look for you at the end of March then or something, right?
Yes,
So
all day.
if your
I'm
schedule
down with that,
keeps up with that,
and thank you so much for having us. Like, you cannot over appreciate. Basically anybody indie and or not indie that helps everybody else promote their stuff.
Yes.
You really can't, because man, not a lot of people look out for each other anymore. You know what I mean?
And just
The
look forward to
underdogs.
more of me.
Team underdog.
Exactly.
Yeah. And when it comes to indie, never underestimate Indiana Jones.
Team, we out here.
Yep. Check them out on Facebook. Funny Money, you can find them there. Instagram, Twitter, any of that stuff. Real Unicorn.
We're Funny Money on all of it. You can find us Funny Money on Twitter, Instagram, all of it.
All that
Also,
stuff.
check out Mahuke and American Lab Rat.
Oh, good lord.
Check out the Cypher.
Come to Halton Theater.
And also, what's Brandon's band's name?
I don't know. He's not here.
I was like, CJ's gonna just fucking give out his name and not even.
We talked about him enough. He's good.
Wow.
We built him the fuck up, dude. If he couldn't do it for his goddamn bad, I gotta.
I'm with Casey on this. I'm just gonna click and
Yeah.
All right.
All right. We'll see you guys a week from Sunday for their promo
And
show.
don't forget, get your pull and
That's
watch
right.
PullgetterTV.